Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Kenny Gunn from Ramadan Health News and Analysis. This time. Uh, man, bilang ku jobler, mana. I believe my topic in min barak aja. Cegor ke barai tengin ke tekonin gaya silatin ke tekonin latin mabarar bara the same ke the name of election. Ano. Kata batas ke movement in kule ayu min kwalaran gadan ke garwish darin yale so Sudan ne Dr. Masha. Roy in berar barai ke commission in cha kwany ke be election be rwan. Ano kanyin ke gwaye I believe that take a first position che cheer ke yemedan. Mala guriba the matter chuja bi biro guy to is a kinye jin to ta chola kinye jin maybe ramo ke dong de laram ke kanedi konin gurke jenu ba dirami yalte ayu ba bangar ngaraken ano laba kinye jin mo ganwara dire ngai na ka raida ba na ka lo kamana na raja ko to ngora ba bi kon gui na ka lo ke de magwale ke gwa ano amin ber arba rai ke push ne nyam ke gweya medan chi ngani chi ngwana long ti tori wenwar kana guru no barai tin long but an guru ke no ba kon nang na ka push ne nyam ka commission ya kula kwan minanin de min chale a commander ya kula lead ka way forward ko bina waka election ano biya kula jinu roaini keteniam kene roain to tauti kilka connection ano kuma je ka roain ya me roi and then biya je roi larama kedong the whole ne dear me yal country election je in the deep je in the command but me yele beje ka roi ya tage biya the beje no there is something behind coming chalka election ano I believe that the gurni construction malabi ganora ka labiran we madong and we noir gente ka de allow de chongtin allow we noir ta allow ta we ke je chere ma cha nyin kien cha ka ngar ne ta kong because sometimes ma labi gar we noir ba chibi don't know what is going on bila to ken jen mate ga ne da ngar ken yin kono ngar ko shi ga dan ce bi wonniyam ka en gar ma chan guru no de wonniyam ce bi wonniyam mate ga ne da ngar ka ngar gwan de ni de cheriyeti ano anto dia lo la guru ke no bi ka ron ka der mi yal ke principle mi nan jel ke ji chu ja bi ron no ne me ma ce la ran so jen war bayin de kula ra jode but ka kon right na ku an we down me with the nyalo no ibraro ka ku kon no de ye donga ni na la ke wuni gal ke tin kon generally against that nyamo ibraro kwa garma chari ja kwa ko kon tan ka don ka rodan mo dundi mo I don't even know what the best ano yeah de ku doran kinye jin but ma la de dun community gure jeno jin bite ma bi gwe jeno community mo kelu na kinye jin karware ano those are the things you call in bane ngai re chiendan technique gwe ga na kanu de ku na hajara ti kon na la ke wuri jal ke bul brown ka gwe jen ku na ti le mo de mi nun kon doran bisa yo dena take agenda ka bana tene da ku zana kuma yana ga gurba no these two things ba bana ka da yini kon ka community dan ba and then ne kon yu sala ga no yen ngani nga ka ne nga du ku zana nga ka ne nga before ka agenda na ne luna kon wori ano min barar ke je election me it seems you're man kon easy kan je election me na kana kon bi ne kon bi ka du listen wale anin cha ne ji al cha ga ja ko ba ka mu fly na ko kon jana bi chu kai stage me again stage na kon mama lana ta kon ko ne je no stage na kon stage to mu kin yan wori yo ba ni al kai ga wori to ya guru ba ni al ba la ko again na kon ma kon we need to question ourselves ma kon banan question la kon la we het min na kon o yi ga dana la no bana chunke min na kon ma ta ye na pin chana min nga je ma ta ye na pin jike ka gwe je ba big gati kon to god we no kan la de tin boom ano I believe we will share anything ma la wo ma ta lar ka capacity we no ka gor ko de we no de le don ga je kama la li mi je no na ba ka believe ko na believe ke history mi na ni ya la reken komi ye je na kan video na ni che chier ka ke dong ya chier ga ta kon kama me da ne da ke wuri chale jongaran pinga na garma char me yi na barare la o chala ko na lam ne ta la o ko na dine lo jan ko de ne ko de ne je ga ta ko ya bla ne ko ni tin la o wa wannan na ko ni na ya go ko ni jang jiran che la ran o kon mu di lo da ke ko wa ya mun na ka ga da na ga turo ka wa en ga da me ku je le to eno bi na kai dor na ka anyanya wan me to je no ba te ke mu no ba gur wa ye mu ne je ne leader ene wa kwa na wuri jang ma cha da ko da te mu ma kon ma la wo ma la ko ne ta la wo kon la gor ko no de ko tania je ne leader jen by himself ko kon men gor ko kon jinupin be zet ko no ko special ko nori gor na right nenti jalka jinupin anga yene me we wuri yale ko we ja ko je ne de kwa ni de la leader is that de la wo kon lo ne leadership ma ti aje jian scenario to cha ko ka chier kon ga ti kon ngwe ge no we no me cha bu do shi kama mo kai bi je ka der mi yal ka my purpose bi je ka my page mi la my non profit organization and then be a any garment chair. You need to listen carefully. Good and obeying no and to quanti and larke. Roger video and Kagonin and Guanyan con and con Chacolane yento. No. You video don't make your young book a Italian in Minala, Min Kula, where I can pour Kagami, Catalan and Kir. However, what I wrote at Malka dear me Yalka Congo. Kabwe Bachelor Yanaka day one. Chila Naka video to China Yang Nordian. China Joti the Kirmate Malula Wimodong, come way in an in Kuda way in Quay the curve till a piece mutin. Kir may come con a Kelma Lao Kajira Yeniku. Did they believe in Kir is nothing during South Sudan? Could they believe it? Other country within East Africa, Kir is nothing. They believe it. But Minan Kir be a Nanga Kamara, Minan, again, you South Sudan, Quaker is spent for nothing. Quaker is spent Kamala, Kir will never even achieve that Lagatina and Gure, a Bechir Maniki and a Baganang Niam. Much ye ban Ryan and Jipol Kagami right in but Jim Gura no be a cheer Kamasakin ta lawo ta ka na to kan cha ta mata da ga kama rai na kan ta yento me ya kam ko na kir mu we ji so sa Africa mu we ka ji Congo mu we ka ji na ga je ro ina ya lo ni je guri ya la Paul Kagame an na ga je kai ko je ya la ba it is impossible could you know ya ni ta ga we ma la mu ta ce ji kai dare ba ke ko mu wa tene da kan linga yo ba ku sa kan be play yo ba ta ka jo kan wa ne ba play ko sa jinda min ba play kan ko rai ina ya lo ya Paul Kagame kir me ya lar ka so Sudan yin wula jira mati lingo kuma ni rama la wo ka dongi tilin me ya lar ya jona na zai yin yin ya rama ba joshi and then kane ka ti ko ni yaro da charo da surrender ke China la wo chero da kan ke ber mutin odo ba kon bagan ke leken a speak priority mudiri region kir is nothing during South Sudan. A country president will never even bring that word out from his own mouth. Mude cholo mo leader kai will play it before kan watching go and all man la de ke lebde ka jere de wi mo dongo de kure de wa kaption it that man does jen nga jemi lere jin gar mi jiro kur ya la yinu jennen kir nga jemi lere puy ma kir mi jele ka gwini enda kon ko mi yeje medan meti ka why where you coming from jira min you do this and do that and all this jin labi human ma da wo anti diali chikaron tun jiya na niji na ka high school a kwade biya nga jino rama wo apply no where are you coming from? But you are the one who tell me do this and do that. Bali nga rama la wo na ka high school kina na wo ka senior. Because any agenda majel ka wurin chal ka kir agenda maya la wide test rama nga ngwa chere tawe nani chi wurin nani chal ka lambos che woka je che wo yokir je kwan and then bala ramkel kane ku ka SPLA and then but che mari baka move like because the man does not even know when an andre atoke kai agenda amba play agenda hela da kenya meju ne kon jinubin ko kon yal kon jinubin me la re na ro tamu wa juish and then be benka and then be bagam kon wa lo ye Paul Kagame tangan ke no with South Sudan easy task me la chal ke human manga je no me this is my country and kon yal ke easy task ano na me ajene la ran kir be start ke before kan wona nyini ka dengo ko me la je ji na be ye era mo wa ju ya je be ka me no you cannot even solve the differences of different country to go in ta kula wala tin you it is too much. Hold on, let me go to my previous video.
Dora jai, lomantam ci ta chagalu, ana ma bam ci le kumtane. Wala bayi na yi komati shanyam ci le mantiga bata chakala da. Shwaye jej bata da, ana baje bu jambi. Na gardon nafsi bai jej da wal bolis, ko na shufit kum bai jiman wen. Ai zolal baturudu ba da ne no yejiri ya u bai jini hine da. So I have decided that no ai chakala ta ne. Ma bu wadi folk wala askari wala bolis. Makalikum da shakil lakad ma one section yajiri manatani. Lo man tajiri man zol kan bi shakil mak utaji hinida ana baji basada kana badafa anak. U badak ma da kalam tani karajo. Dora jai lo man tamci da shakilu ana ma bamshi lekum tani. Wala bayi na yi komati shanyam shi le mantiga bata chakala da. Shwaye jej bata da ana baji bu jambi. نقردو نفسي بيجي دول بوليس ونشوف يدكم بيجي من وين أي زول
machi ayeli na mo jin mati ke watan mo machi ala mo watan machi amu ke president ma does not even know minani dale kadiri na ko lawo the different East Africa country did ka with your yana piate ka all money ka peace can development ko ajela ko link for winning the yeno ajeni I will waje Paul Kagame nango and in country you cannot even handle it. Situation and thing you cannot even handle to fix it. Are you a person there is Africa kong there ka rule there ka jako and then the ka by low malawo de gore rather than no till madonga country then kill. Come ye and de yinan in Kuala Chola Monday, Dora Yale so Sudan. Again, I do then kill. If that makes sense. Does the rest of South Sudanese fought about the name of self-kill? Nading Kong to call in Ting Tay, you can yin Gana or Yalga South Sudan. Can you know quick here, madam? Because most of the people, they do not even understand that. Naka community dan bako na yal kan wori. Ana akon bedol meni anyong ni sela o cha kon de dolaken. La lengano o cha wichi nya nur and then biran be guru go na to woro de. But because kon chana ti kon to ko kon chana kala. Tana kan de chol kon to officially cha guru no case la case dan memoriality. Muti lote gara makwane betray ka so Sudan chira na gure no be represent chira na gure no be la second case ke je okay miji dino okay dango be na ga te ka madiri program wi ina ya da tin madiri la second case ki dai de be no chadi joni ki par military ga ku but the case mara uda madiri la court but I'm proud that generation and I didn't mean no way nor a way nor. Come at your way nor killer a in bed. Killer a much a good over whatever my bank. I know. Way nor and garang mean I'm proud and king again what up to the hand of watching will reach a problem again. That's a you move now garang point a lot of no need a hierarchy can worry. Can a hierarchy can go join a garang. Nature Kaira can yam Mukwela and guy to Nikota can then put in Kalimita Diallo. Man can worry to quite kind of carar. You would young a shoe one in a case you could join a join. Min Gorka wouldn't worry about join a wood younger. Would young a year been yen would be your way join. And Garam Mabel, and you and other back, and then Yalka poor, and then Barakul work forward again. Come in Ganwaraji about Arthur Pakir and on poor Mabel can. Garakon, Wunicon, especially in General Conabachum, the young generation. And Unchang Canadian, Unchal Armada, and no dear in any respect, the duty corner door. Kitchen a door and tell me Marai man king again, cook and a door head a garkin. Until I did even go outside worthy. She did no chap a long cook, go, Jimmy, which wrote wrong dear Yalka master, and then be a chabby a you Martin. Go on about Gaka Baka. And then you come in and want to be a Lara Jana and proud to Sugar master degree. La again, la will con me la cool con apply wherever you go. But we master degree in the whole still could you know? Mugati con a quala ganko, you must a master, the don't be one with you. And tell me I decide and got to go and teach the con ci kwa doran kwa gang kene ta ma ya decide ta ga kien da ma ni kien ti jiran ke ti dir ma ya le diploma ta jo ku ko li mo bi beraro ile gwa mo ba ko kamje ngu yene de woni de ra woni gwande wutin ko ndo ma ngai ge yeken alia ba cha accept ken no ba we no ba gang ken chuja jine dwal ke lia ke nyin ni ko la ne la ken so jin ma jika lop de jin du woni jin master rubi nang nika en bailo rubi nang nika en PhD rubi o la woni ko official me yana ngong na de mo yana jike outside me tanatina era make would go go make go de kene nga go kene understand en official car nan go ke official car table state state car nan go ke ne ramaki ngai nan go am yiling nan go Kile doctor mo gar turbile official ko doctor adu chela dundu personal ramin gar ke turbile official ramin le ke state ka ta mo ke state car ajen turbile bi ne agor kino official car official madam ne chien dan ka yana doran ni go gara official wane wuje woni jere ye woni din tiro du jira mo choro de doctoro lore turbile mo ya gora official lori polede ka jona polede ko state anti ko begra ka state ka government ka state parliament anti begra ma ramata hiring a jinga ramati education ba jinga construction mun na construction ka diyar mun yal ka road turbin ngere ma be ka out of state ba goro official ka ko ningere e turbin bitai state bi doctor je nyore nuori bi PhD je nyore nuori bi mu je nyore nuori yen ku yen no te ke ne te lawo chung na ran madi ma kene ndir ma yalke a diploma ware ma kene kamra ku yen no te we no de ko kire nguma ya kamra de ran balara me ya kamra ki dore yalke jinuf ne na tere ku ne ndir ma yalke ma ka le ku kaira artin take dir mi yalke high school ma yo min chon ne kire nyu tin ka maka ajas dir ana balar gar kon gar ni ne kon ke we ma la obi ne kon bi la ne ta go bi la ne ta la o ba min chalke humility bang ha jeken kir me ka yarar me chu da year ka turbile kanan tele high school me kya min ka dong ne kir ka maka le ku me ku ka yarar tin yen kum do yale jinu nda mi kum do yale jinu ci jenata kar kon gara education me yera ro de nekta e ba na liga kaman de ne jen ko jene ba mo respect je jinu bine respect na ne bi nyuske ba ji ku ba liyo ke dundu ken jinu bin respect bi kam ke again by ko jen regin you again you struggle by your own self and only you know tell me the road but the more be respect the more the mark and you mar the could what value ma ba ko you ji ken no okay ba ji allow ko te ga dunu mi la chi ne de ko ku struggle and tame chi ga de challenge a guri nyin ken you are totally wrong ka jira mun gurje no de na de ro na could they accept it cha sabakan ko ne kon tarar tamme ti chana ke kule lok ko kon guñ ma kane nang niam kon guñ ma kane nang niam na ka nyin kon ne baba nang ka US ka Canada ka Australia anywhere agate ko ne yibin ko ba turu nuora ba dependent ken name of nuor ko ne de ko ne beka kon te bana ba allow me ni kisini ken beka ke the name of nuor she beka the name of individual malarje no ne qualify attack a master abi ang no niam beka ke o cha name of the nuor chala niam ken ko chala niam chona ka mush ke open room ko okay machia name dan machia la nya ko take me guyene chi machia ne and then by mo ke right that community me mo nyon ke jama wuri te radan te ramadan ko we never even request you to ko na ya bana ko ni special be dia da parai ko kon ji US we never even request ne de ko ne dan te charo dia rol ko wuri mi chal ke lew chang yin mu no wuri chal ke usen mar nga ubita ne de ko na ya dia ran ko ne to kan ka bi kon community gari ni ti me ya ka law ba ni nora ba nan ka ko jiran mo la wo mata kara mo ta ji mu ka dir min yal ke musuliye ta yi yo jinwe okay nga ga me ramata je ko kon ko jin you have to know could you have to know when on to kon in kin duwe ramo talar ke human mo bi nyo gororun be ta kon be wo nyo lani ko ne shot ka de me mate ko ne wuni shot ka de me la ne fa shot ka de me jina mo yi ngwa ji wala me and then we would and come out water. The time yen ne corn going to chala or dear and no tornado, I will quick and no religion a cup, quick and position until you maturity and now. What is Kong on but like come on? Take a man third party la. And third party no more, I will like again third party no more. Take a more experience, could take a more nanti koni chale to intelligent ko mi yeje ne government ta ma kwaran ko USA mi yeje the worst person in an tungi inde na harapin again ni chale ABI again worst person inde na harapin ko ni state ti ba ka ko na kai ni state ba dai state ma ye dunu ma ye kam ne ko ni ti to the worst ko ni we ne case we you put mi lo ke le ke makin roro ya laka bai na kan gwezin damsa ta ga ya wuni wara ne yana mun yaji ya biya ya mai laka da ge mu go yaji no bi sirri mi mo sirri na ni bagrar ka system kamin ya la data ka computer ne ko arona kan mu ta ji la biyo kam ne da kon da biram kel mu tika between that tile wo ko ka ye ko sir wi me ga ra bu ma long ma jana ko be jira sir wi jira ma te long jira me la mo ka wi buni ne ko la we buni me sir wi me mu bu ma long bu ma na ka bom pani la cha ka yi dol bom kama khane ne dunga no bana chu kamara da ko ne chana ngaki no ko no okay take education ma chana achieve ma khane ne la ne ko no take sir mo sir ma la wo mo kel ma la wo chim run mu bi do parare no ni na ya mar ane ito ko ni chara din ku de cho la ko ne ta la wo cha ko chu kamara la mi na ni de we de take mu bi do la kam ke li yin ni ro ma cher ti la ramata ko ma cher ji ma yan mar ko ne wala ka public. That's whereby la tie you know the jine no yi video yi bi no ra ka ma cher mo ngo ni na jama ra ma jego tuk du ele ya lar jor ko kon bo nuni jarar nuni video rar bi ba lar go tuk du li kon nori che kon dol ga kon no tuk du li kon nori che la jora ni nuni jarar no bi yi che ma cha lar ka tuk du li kon re ma chero ke ka location ni kon re ma chero berar bi ba play re ma chero na tirin teje etir ga nuni ma lawotile til raida til eto til ma jibi wunora ma ta marka ne kinye jenye ba wala ka je run do yore ya ka dira mi yalke media la enje ne ku erore ho boy kana ka je kan tir mo tir wich mu wiro do go yi kana ka je jin I don't even know when and on they categorize ka je what they bullen and they latin tele je ani yen gati kon yen gati to gadwe nor Wuni me tong na kon long ba kon tung long and it no kuran cha long war dien wu jorne da kon me rio dan te ga kon ka wai me la je rio dan te ga kon te ga ne ta ngai ke ru ka ne ta cha ru cha ngai kan top rimiti ni they seem in themselves here mate ga rule ngai ga ken ba cha ru cha ngai ko jiran dor malar ke je we jin kon respect no dir mi yale dignity which ken ne dor malar ke je we dignity which again because respect ne je ken ne mi mo dig min kwa kare we title kwa kare we again nan because respect ne je ken ne ye la example and wuri yale riyo ma cher me to be nyin ke wuri yal ke garang me da jen take business ye wala re jani take business ye wala re jani ko ngat ko ne riyo ma cher me che je no be do le be wi ke ne wuri mi yal ke jon garang me che nga je na be ta ka por ye ne ka dial ye ka ba kwet ye ka yo edi territory wo rutin ko ken ke territory ni jinu chi ji we ye mo ke state mo chi ka be terrorized ko ken ka ga jinu ka kwa kire le nen me che ro ye fursa we wote ke ti ni wi dan ka ye te ke ti ni ka wara ka ka yo ne la won different ko wo jin mala bi wur mu bum bi sir we bi ka ka mala bi chi gbo bi sir we bi ka Achama jam jana ya uge mu nguri yalla ya kir kana riyo macha ngana de je gwe to gar darawo yene ko ko riyo macha la chol yene bo te dole ramachi jene ka je ngaji no cha we cha long ken no jen de ka bo ken jene ka jo ngwe me we dan kon dia machia ne di konin we ga je yere ma de toni ye ken cha ka juj pale dir de yal ke cha civilian ni moya ke freedom din lo ye na ka der mi yal ka gwa ni kuni do gwa de ni la de kon ne mbura wade tile nukta ma ya la tile yo ma chemera because the man know the principle our country is belong to each an individual of us tile ra ma ba we da ba o te mi yal ke te ga dir mi yal ke ba o re ke nyi biya ko ngai no kir ma ku ya la wor yen nei ko I don't know pa de cho la ngani mình nè giờ là quê nùa cái này rèn nùa mà là mới à khớp cái gan nùa cô chạy để là khớp kia gan nùa thì con này confused mà trả rèn mà giáo khớp cái bà cái điều kia rồi đu nè men đồ nè men mỗi cái người nãy nên mình một chăm chi giờ ra đu you testing and then be testing is that the way mà đông cái way đó là cái gì nu because learning là ramang mình nãy đấy mình nãy là cái kiran kia jin na Raymond logo de lo Raymond ma ya ta tinde lo ni la te ki kariyo ma cher me nyenye ne kana garman ne ya garman uri gal ka da I believe na gwale me chupin me guru be chupin ni ani ke jiga jone dan ne dir mi yal ka kumu ne jen ani ke jiga loy ma de ni min la rije guni ginubnan edunan kon dial ban ngi ni hak duma da bigan wora ma ye jena mer bita jube tama jani ko kabya dire balar rameda ne ya yene guri yal ta riyo ma ke me ku nyin kana garan ramamo sultan me yen kala sultan na dire me liang kama ye jena mer of jube tama jana wini la pomer me kule pomer me kwala ba wush jani tama because mình là cái vui giờ kia cái này cái etri it is etri mà là wo mà jot thành mà thế này đấy thế là đó cứ giờ làm quý mình rồi ano ka duna minane la 34 minutes they are enough ka adaki yejini check ano an bakuwa ka dira min yale election ba ka previous interview ka commission era ne kuje me ta kula kwan angara mo yecho de gor wana mo jara min ta kwan no je na bi ro ne dira min yale election biaje kula garanu no an interview wenyam can interview the material what made him to change min jaje no be change emu medan me kwe the man no you election mo waka European and then be election balance ano first of all me ko kamne ye kenyam kana wona nyini ke ko nyin ke yo gwe ke I will check time na bra gurje bi boro ai ke da manina rodu race and then biro do palpinchana ma la cha churu chamangai muji je to rin ke South Sudan take a 10 state ke through administrative area come on la ke jentame no baron without census tikoni la kwaran ka country ko and country tikoni cha mi cha ke census cha use ke country tikoni yi development ko on development take ke mi yal ke data ka system ka computer in ano and got it are kind of got to wale they still quite add into it and change me they still quite add into it come you turn 18 but you are to different systems ano cuz do richal ke South Sudan mo lar ka jeno and dir mi yal ke 2008 census wan je bi jal kana kan data mi ya forbaya kan mi mo data mi ya forbaya kan mi mis population of the jal ke South Sudan data mi di kon data is a system ka computer mina la wonga je no state and dir mi yal ke ten state ka through administrative area take a system bi ka run no administrative area take a population ene data ma bi run no state take a population ene kan mo je population I believe that video may know ye about malunga one la je ne te yi liu ka dir mi yal ke ka ne ka de ni ke they are still ka system nowadays makauka ka you they are dead people. How come countries are banner one of these? No one who the reality. Country ka wurjing away Indian Ninguri no banner one kaje. Mokwana na to. I believe that the interview with Amalonga one chenu. Lara yete the lady, you know what system the Wara? Could they still be a name to the system of government of South Sudan ko kwakape? Is that a system in by election by one kaje what kind of system makwala commission with idea election? Kobaka playing in ke. The first one, the man was good. But the second one, the man already showed that in Ojanisa you Kateke insisted Mukwela Kadirami election. How come a country country the which you corrupt? The which you corrupt allow bani bad people back a gore, go can a back a muike moya. Take a community. Could be command of military Jamela Gaja Wunijalka upward Malunga one. Doraka Warap take an 80 Luna one. Could they still take a Kamoya nowadays? Yeah, you can still let a Moya without Obisha Dubata system. There is a Moya called by you remember. Allow you port hard country. Chenamilangas corner and those who port in Vietnam, those who port anywhere. Mataka team and all ba engine ba no tar his DNA done. Come here, South Sudan, Chama. Kone they report more than that. Ka nyanya one kan kanuri kama yeje sama kile memory menon kara ka South Sudan ko baji had the deal along most of them kan kanuri they call a report naka nyanya one naka more naka timsah naka tiger and all this naka jamus maji ka je to kanuri kama ja maji wona rama the real president me wona jantin and then the member rima lawo baka team and iri yento ya ga team ko take ka dira min yalke a contact list inana kwa na kwa ka da pay ke baka team ko ka da ne ya we ya ko da ka medan baka team ko ka ne ta de ka temila yalke di de ka temila yalke retirement plan makam ga gatin and is a retirement plan malo a chunky retire in a government and then come with you. Magia Chikon Balaria can one kind of play. May work in a wooden yolk arcade. May with liberty a work and a care animal. Arcade shell are no country, can no work. Camarade of being a country, may me yolk a peaceful election there run. The other thing you about interview. Go and tell her you can think the quackery in the interview be adding. I can make way it. Tonight you on a canon legitimate country Malawi, similar shelter, free and fair election. But they run. I believe you are a wish for good from now, my right corner. I know. But you have a deal with my voice and I wouldn't shelter back. But now I'm back. I know. But may I be dealing with the point of the election because camera. The man said, good enough, and what the delay could take a thing to kind of fulfill the election. And now Chirosh, go whenever release with you, and then be now work election, and then be already in winner. I want that wrong way in a Gary Yalga Bagano. Kobang Mela, Joga noon, need a corner, I could apply one room at Jeremy Yalka New, Minister of Finance, and I did Uganda. The man tried to take it. Care way, mother, when you get over, moving I will do with your money because you did. The man will kick out without providing the reason to come and kick out again. Mesa new Dirman a minister of finance, may I know. Can't Uganda choke right away. Coach, you the anything Motuka Dirman Yalka Bank of South Sudan, come near Ugandese body ramen yalke basa I bate the can ka kone di kon political government here. Again, no can new di ramen yalke minister. Kwana worker ajeda ko je I will talk barai ano ka chademili stop. Kwana worker ka interview of commission bitadi ramen yalke election. Ano biaje ling Kaway about Tankun Yakoiling again, but then they stop, take a read the way stop by Jordan. My wife play, take a read Mubashung Tinano, and moon in the career, man.
Dear view of SSBC, this is SSBC Power Hours with Akuch Makel, just to conduct the first ever national elections in 2015. But the sudden eruption of 2013 civil war interrupted the process. Following the signing of the revitalized peace agreement in September 12, 2018, between the government and the opposition parties, extension hopes have been reignited among the people of South Sudan to have the right to vote for leaders of their choice, as the National Elections Commission has already publicly announced mobilizing funds for conducting elections in December 2024. With the process still finding its feet, we are now joined by the chairperson of the National Elections Commission, Professor Abednego AKOK KACUOL. 12 years after independence without holding elections in the country. What are you working on as electoral body?
Well, we are working on three main issues which are very important for the election to be run successfully. The first of them is pre-election activities. This involves the premises of the headquarters where we are in. We are hiring, and we have not paid the landlord for the last 3 years. He is now before court, and we are in a situation of being evicted in this place. Another issue.
Madam Yene, this country is still in mess. Will is still being in mess until they bring the people who know how to run the election, the people who does not run their own interests. Who may take a 3 reasons. Miluno 12 years to the election may run. Mawala 12 years, so Sudan seen it get their independence till a Machalka election may run. And instead of the 12 years. So Malara and okay Nachaka invicted. Naka opposition in the election, then Yinka regulation Nika de Kulawa conducting, they Kulawa conducting, and then tie invicted. As the manager, Minkule landlord, Minkule the owner of the building. So how do you think that in the election, they run the country, a state in quality or more state, Minkule take governor, till a country building, till a state building. Min the Indian state, they could have wallaping. One year, Larakato region. How come? Major country, Malawi, and then one year, 2011. From 2011 to Tanaka 2014, I mean 2024. Tanaka, how many years in terms? 13 years without attack by Chole state palace within South Sudan, state, South Sudan, 10 state. How come?
Is the 10 states plus 3 administrative areas. There were offices which were established in 2014. But at the moment, it seems some of them have been evicted from their offices. Some of them deserted their places. So we are now planning to visit 10 states to see practically the existence of the offices or the infrastructure there, and then to reconstitute the offices, the committee in each state. These are issues we are trying to explore at the moment. Again, we are planning to see to that means of movement for the commission are available. These are free election activities.
Talking of finances, you have just confirmed that you have a case, a pending case now in the court regarding the rent of this place. And recently you had gone to the Ministry of Finance asking for the money the bill that was passed for election. Have you received that money?
No, we have not received that money. Discussion is on the way now between us and those of the Minister of Finance. In fact, we are still in the cluster, being headed by the first Vice President, and discussions were not ending. So another sitting is supposed to take place on the 7th of this month, and we will discuss with them about the budget. But the budget, some of them claim it is too huge. But we, the people who are going to run the election, we are saying it is very, very little. And plus the inflation we are witnessing in the country. After 4 months, this money will be less than that because the cost will go up and the needs will be there, but no money at hand. Furthermore, our experience with Minister of Finance for the last 10 years, we don't get half of the budget. But what we are discussing now is election budget, which means the funds should be available to be ready to flow without any inconsistency. Otherwise, this will affect the election results.
Okay, for the last 10 years, it has been hard to get your own budget as a commission. And now we have less than 12 months to conduct election. So confirm with us, is the country going to hold its election this year?
Well, this is political. I am a technical person. What I know is that when there are resources, within a very short time, we can complete what we need to do. But if there are no resources, and the resources, as you know, they come from the government.
We're saying it's political, but you are the commissioner here.
Yes.
Have you been given go-ahead by the parties involved to conduct the election?
Yes, I just met the president 2 weeks ago, and I discussed with them the issues we are now discussing here. And
let me stop it there because the commission said that he just met the president. He just met the president. And the man already know that they have more than 10 years without getting the half of their salary or the half of their money, half of their payment. For 10 years, they did not even get the half of it. So when the country left with only 4 months, I mean, when the country left with only 12 months, because in time me kwa interview ko je a paidio, and then dukula one yan ka pai ngwan ano me ya lar bano thing will get done within pai ngwan karama lin tum nora kama ta garjang ba guri je no bi what translate alajin kata ga jang ta ngai ka dira min yal ka to tum nora ano because interview of this young lady is very important. The girl never left behind any question that you're supposed to ask the commission with. It doesn't matter she is in power house, the girl never left behind the single question that the commissioner can feed us with. Feeding people with something very interesting that they will be interested to go to election. But listen to this commissioner careful. If you are South Sudanese, listen to his answer. So the man said that it is political. So if it is political, like Adwa Nyaba says that the country is a military country, there will be no election. I will play that at the end of it, and then you will listen, because we can go one by one. I already tell you that I will spend my time today because I don't want to come back tomorrow. I will come back with something else. But wherever you are, if you are South Sudanese, you will hear your voice here on these two interviews. I will play the first one, and then I will play the second one. You will see the change. When there is anything change within South Sudan, for this commission of election, the national election, you will see the differences between the first interview and second interview. But your question, what brings the change? That's only your question. What brings the change? When the commissioner is speak like this in first paragraph or in first interview, and then the second interview, the commission will say things that are different from being a commission.
Told him that you declare election is there as the leader of this nation to support the election.
So should we just say the commission has said there will be election but has not declared the election?
No, There are two different things here, my dear. The general acceptance of the election by the nation has already been declared by the ruling parties. And the agreement says 60 days before the end of the agreement, election must be run. Hence, it is their role to see to it that this particular...
Okay, let me stop right there. Make sure that there is a 60-day that the commission mentioned. Those who are disturbing themselves about the election, 60 days, if the election does not be run, there would be no government within South Sudan. That's why you see Kir is in rush with his own people. So in 2024, after 60 days, and then if the election does not even start, there is no campaign, nobody even campaigned, nobody even came up and then trying to be a president, it means that there will be an issue within South Sudan. And let me talk about the IO. What the IO is for ban is not because they cannot go to election. It's because they need to prevent the country not to go back to chaos. By peaceful means, if they conduct the election, IO will win. IO will win the interest of South Sudanese. It doesn't matter you are from Salva Kiir side or you are from anybody else's side. IO does not even want what had opened in 2013 to repeat itself. But I believe I myself, as a Kenyan, I put them into bad conduct through Denka society. Because they are the people who are fighting hard to lead the country. And then they try to twist their complaint that, okay, the son of Nur is greedy to be a president. If Salva Kiir is not greedy to be a president, if Salva Kiir is not greedy to be a president, the election of the country should be held before we get into that chaos. Because the man is greedy, the man already did the meeting, they bought the meeting in the parliament, they say that we can do it through envelope, and then because the man wants to know that this is the person that I'm going to target, the man say, no, there will be no envelope. We need to vote and declare yourself if you are going to the election to run as a president. And they call it greedy. Baba kam kon any yalke nori kala gorke dirma yalke dia kulangas and if you are doing setup, your setup will turn back to your own self. If you are doing setup that the second person did not even plan for it, your setup will turn back to your own self. And Salva Kiir, his own setup will turn back to him. By all means, you will not see it this year, you will not see it next year, you will not see it 2020, 26, 2027, but make sure that the recollection of hatred that has been applied by Salva Kiir will return back to him and his own Young Council of Elders.
Institution is given facilities to conduct election, fair, free, and credible election.
Okay, now that the country has set that in mind that the election will take place this year, have you formed bodies that will monitor the electoral process?
We would like to establish our presence in the term.
Okay, listen to this commissioner. When they ask him with the certain question, the beautiful question, the awesome question that can lead the country forward, the man will jump. Can you see that? When they ask him with the setup that can help the country, and then the man will jump and answer something that they never even asked him for. Can you see what is going on here? This young lady asked him, did you set up the commission that will lead the country forward to the election? The man quit the question and jumped into something else. What kind of leadership is that? If you quit the question, if you quit what they're asking you for, and then you jump into something that does not even make sense, that the listener will not even appreciate you with, and then you will quit and jump the answer that they're asking you for.
States plus 3 administrative areas, practically. And then from there, the bodies or the people who are going to conduct civic and voter education will follow.
We are all aware that the census has not taken place. How are you going to conduct election without census?
In 2015, I consulted some experts, asking them, what are we going to do if there is no census? Their advice was that what you will do.
Okay, listen, the commissioner was asking for the census. Are you going to run the election without census? Because that man is the one that is going to lead the National Commission for Election Forward. The man does not even know what is the meaning of census. Like I already said, census have a data, and South Sudan never have a data, never have a computer that will serve the data. South Sudan does not have a computer that will serve the data of 2011. If we can run the country with 2011, okay, how many people decide to vote for South Sudan? Okay, if we get like 1,000, 1 million, and then we can cut the rest of that vote for North. Because the census will declare that, okay, this is our people, there is how many people in Malakal, there is how many people in Jonglei. In our 10 states, does the representative of the state knows the population of the country? I mean the population of the state. Answer me if you are a listener. Does the representative, for example, we have Central Equatoria. Does the representative of Central Equatoria knows the census of the Central Equatoria? That representative does not even know anything. And it does not mean that because the Central Equatoria is stupid representative. It is because they did not even allow him to conduct his movement within the state. Nobody even will allow him. That's what we see. The mayor of Juba end up into jail. Because there is no pre-movement within the country. You will get AKOK is running the country after his own. Salva Kiir is running the country after his own. Who are going to identify as a president within the country? If AKOK is working as a security is different from the police officer, it's different from the military officer. Security is something else. That has a different stuff that the security can conduct. Not even a simple stuff. When the mayor came, the mayor of Juba came, okay, they treat you like this, okay, do this and do this. That's a simple case. Wherever there is a law, there is a simple case that they consider as a misdemeanor. But if the country has been run without the citizen of the country does not even know the laws of the country, how do we going to run the country into election? How do we going to run this country into election? We're going to leave the country to go into election if the citizen does not even know their right. Simple right, freedom of speech. They do not even allow them to just have a freedom of speech. How do they going to run the country? So put that in your mind that the country will go back to square one, whether you like it or not. This country, under the hand of Mr. Kiir, I cannot even call him president, under the hand of Kiir, that tried to go to Congo and try to compare, do the case that it's not even comparable with South Sudanese case. Because if the man say that wherever you fight, and then if they already defeat you, come and I will help you. Where do you think that country can be lead forward to the peaceful election if the president is talking like that? So Sudan is the bellet, the Gulu bellet. There a country in Lisan Bagder Bigul, okay, the bellet, to do to the Gula bellet. Is that the South Sudan that we fought for? Because if even the commission, the National Commission for Election does not even answer the question, and you put him as a lead that can lead the country into election, and the man cannot even answer the question by the way it's supposed to be. What are we doing? I believe make sure that prepare your own self with whatever you have to protect your own self with. Country within Kiir will never be a peaceful country. The man is greedy to lead the country. The man is greedy, and his followers are greedy, but they don't know what will be the reflection of being a greedy. The reflection that will come back of being a greedy, what will be the consequences of being a greedy man on earth? Forget about somebody that say that I'm a president of the country. Being a greedy, it is something that makes sure that open this ear and open the other side of your ear. Open your brain widely, because you will face the consequences of being a greedy.
Apply voter registration, and which I did, but later on the election was postponed in 2015. But that was the theory.
So are you going to use the same mean?
Definitely, we are going to use the same. Because that is the only mechanism we can use now.
One of the functions of the Election Commission is to recruit.
So, where the election was postponed in 2015, are you going to do the same? I like this girl. This girl is doing her part for real, and she's a South Sudanese girl that needs to be believed as a South Sudanese girl. Because the girl asked him, are you going to repeat the same thing that has been done in 2015? Because 2015, the election was supposed to be starting from 2015. People can prepare themselves from 2013 and then 14, and then people can go to election in 2015. But the girl asked him, are you going to do the same thing? Let us hear the answer from him.
Qualify personnel. Have you started the recruitment process, and under what criterions are you using?
No recruitment at the moment, my dear, because you don't recruit without resources.
Listen to this man say no recruitment at this time. What the man is doing? And what made him to go to interview? God damn it.
You know very well now we are here, and I don't know whether you in your ministry, we are here now for about 4 months or 5 months without salary.
Professor, you seem to be dwelled too much in finances, and this one is one of the major things that should give you a go-ahead. What exactly should be done then with this issue of finances? The finance ministry is not availing the funds, and you have work that has stuck because based on what you're saying now, you have to have the capital to go ahead with even the bodies.
I am happy that you said in my office and you saw the circumstances I was in. We have already electoral calendar, which we have made. And if you see the timetable here, time has already gone. It should have been done right now.
You see the man saying time, the man say time is already gone. Those are the things that you need to be patient and listen to this interview of this man. The man says time is already gone. But I will bring you back to the second interview. Because this is the first interview. The second interview, you will hear what the man is saying. Make sure that being patient if you are a nationalist and real South Sudanese. The man says the time is already gone. And when you get into the second portion, you will hear what the man is talking about.
And then we go forward. All these things, they are theoretically available, but the practical part of it needs resources. So, as you are here now, we have now done two things. We had a Zoom meeting with the states, and that was organized by the UNAMIS, and I thank them very much for that. They brought the 10 states, and we saw to it that the infrastructure there is completely nil. And then one advantage which we can thank the president, he wrote to the governors, asking them to offer government houses to be used as election offices. I am very happy and very proud with my dear friend from Eastern Equatoria. He replied and he said he has offered a building to the election high committee in his state. Only very small maintenance is going to take place, then they'll get in. So if this is done by...
Only Eastern Equatoria is the one who offers the office for the election. Out of 10 states and 3 administrative areas. Only one state. So what will be the rest? Are they going to do it on the street? And then after they're done with their vote, and then they're going to throw it into the garbage can? Is that what is going on in South Sudan right now? Because where there is no office, and then people will vote outside under the tent, and then after they're done, and then they will throw it into the garbage can. Is that the election that you guys are complaining for? Come on.
All the governors in 20 states will have no problem at all.
That means you are confirming that you have started the demarcation of the constituencies in the country?
No, we did not demarcate the constituencies. There is now a consultation between the Election Commission and the executive about the 332 seats. In the past, there were all 102. If you divide this, you will get 16 will be for the 5 to be appointed by the president. And you go on, you will get 158, 156 seats. They have no constituencies. Hence, a decision must be made by the executive or by the parliament to see to that the all constituencies are restructured again to fit this number. Yes.
Everyone must be asking who is eligible to vote in this coming election in South Sudan, and when are they going to be registered?
Very good question. You know, as I just told you a few minutes ago, we are to begin this month. We are to begin with the civic and voter education. They are continuous.
Are we going to 35 with this commission? Because when they're asking him for the question, the man does not even answer the question with the way it has been need to be answered by the people who are the listeners. When they ask him, the man will jump. When they ask him, the man will bring something else on his, I guess, on his notebook. How come if people are keep insisting, they say that there will be election, and then the election does not even have any opposite on earth within South Sudan? Even when we do the election with the North, they give us the certain place that we can drive into, because they know that this is where you're going to catch your vote. And where is that within South Sudan? Because the commission does not even want to answer that, okay, if you want to vote, this is the certain place that you can go and vote. Okay, what about your own safety? What about your own safety? Who is going to protect you on your way, catching the bus going to vote? Who is going to protect you walking by your own feet and then going to select who's going to be the leader of the South Sudan? Because the man is claiming nothing. The man needs to claim a lot of things. The man needs to claim if people are going to vote in Bor, the man can provide the bus from Juba to Bor. If people are going to vote in Jonglei, the man can provide the bus from Nasser and then to Malakal. The man can provide the bus from Nasser and then to Jonglei State. Are you going to conduct the election without anybody that is going to vote? What kind of election is going to be? By the time when we conduct the election with North, when they say that South Sudan will vote for their own rights to get their own independence, we have a big construction here in the United States. This is the country that developed more than any country else. And they give us the construction. Those who are in Oma will stay in Oma and vote in Oma. Those who are in Iowa will go to Oma and vote in Oma. Those who are in Minnesota will go to Oma and vote in Oma. Those who are in South Dakota will drive from South Dakota to vote in Oma. Those who are in Kansas City will come all the way to Oma. Those who are in Texas will vote in Texas. Those who are in Dallas will vote there. Those who are in Miami will vote there. What is the construction of South Sudan that will lead people into the election? Is that an election? Or is that a joke that people are keep just joking?
They will go on. But the actual voter registration should start in March or April.
March or April.
Yes.
That is good, not far, March.
Okay, ani yading no cheno ne long. Ko je jo interview me lar ta je ka paidio. Kama la again commission on voting about start March or April. And tama tana ka April. Did tell me I start and tama. If we are going to the reality, Mala South Sudanese, they telling the truth. And then because I like this girl. This girl is telling the reality. She says, thank you. If it is going to start in March or April. This girl is serious, but the man is not serious. Can you see that? Come on, guys.
Or April, that is some days to March.
That's right.
So, does the army have the right to vote? If yes, will they vote in barrack or where?
Well, a polling station will be made anywhere. Then they can
Go there.
The first thing is they want to register their names. That is the first one. And then the polling station should be put here near them. They can come and cast their votes because they are citizens of South Sudan.
Okay, what do you people do now as a commission since you have very limited time to election?
This election work is an individual work. The sovereignty is now given to the citizens to elect their own people. So they should work up and assist us. When people go for voter education, they will immediately understand that the right has been maintained for them. Hence, they are to be ready for registration. Once you register your name, that is the right you are going to do. You vote for a person you like to represent you in the national parliament.
So the registration that will be done at the state level, administrative area, wherever you are,
Yes.
or must you, like somebody from Jonglei, must I go to Jonglei to register, or I can register here?
No. Once you are living in Juba town and you have been here for the last 6 months, you have the right to be registered. And you have the right to vote here. Yes.
So far, do we know the political parties contending, and have you ever met them as a commission?
Well, I usually meet with the chairman of the political parties council, and we discuss so many issues. He has now opened the registration of political parties. They should register now before time could come.
But so far, how many have registered?
I'm not sure, but I will consult them. It just started last week.
Kwajale nen commission mati ke no Canada di fi kone yarati and registered and no big run ko big la kwar and then he don't know any of them. He just knows Kir and to we there because the man does not even want to mention it. I just know only Silva Kir. Because if you are a commission, how come you does not even know who is going to run and who is not going to run? Because there is so many parties over there within South Sudan. And the rest of the party already has been sidelined by Kir because the Kir is threatening them to take all their position. Now they are silent. What is now available to run if the election is free and fair is only IU, nothing beside that. Nothing beside that you can mention. What is available right now is only IO and RG. These are only the two parties. You cannot even go further than that. The rest already thrown their Silva Kir. They thrown their seat to Silva Kir from day one up to now. And the commission does not even know who's running and who's not running.
Okay, let's take a look at what Professor Akech posted on 29th of January, that, and I quote, election, called the election nonsense, and ethnically composed, politically aligned, poorly trained, and a resource army cannot be relied upon to be professional, nor politically neutral during the conduct of elections.
Namo ana kuradu palbino ani yelling me wo ina ke jeno ya ti nya me cha la proposal ake ko jin gore no what will be the reason in an baran ba we get even although if you don't like that person, if that person is not even on your side, but make sure that there will be a reason that you have to know if this person says the right thing or the wrong thing. Because the question is, what in our case, professor Bill Gore University, again, I are teaching Yale, clearly has a Kokon, we are Jinupin, we need to know too more why you for no reason. It doesn't matter to know where you were located. But if you come up with reason, because the proposal says, I did not even see a genuine soldiers that can lead the country forward into the election. The people that they can call them, they are the country depend. Army. South Sudan depend army. They could depend. And then AKOK was not even agreed that no country will go to election because there is no proportional army that can lead us to election without any casualty, anything that can harm the civilians. So when AKOK say that, they told the AKOK that, okay, this is your hand, bye-bye. AKOK already hung you with Joseph when, and then when they hung you, when the man came and said this one again, okay, I don't see any professional soldiers in South Sudan that will lead the country forward to the election. The man already has been kicked away from his position. That's what the girl asked. That's why I'm telling you that this young lady girl needs to be the commission of the election. She needs to be the one who can answer all these questions, not the one who can ask the question. Because the commission does not even know what he is doing. He does not even know this girl is going to ask the certain questions that are very important for South Sudanese. I love all the questions that she is asking. Because she even asked, she said that she's from Jonglei. So, okay, if she registers, she's going to vote in Jonglei or where hell is she's going to vote. But when you see the proposal, they give it to somebody that does not even know what to do. It is something that already has been ripped up to be a bad election without anything that has been said by this commissioner or commission of the election. Because commission will not say anything. If she cannot even answer this girl, what do you think if they're going to ask him by Makwilwet? If she cannot even answer this ordinary girl that is not even a violent, what about if the violent man like Makwilwet came and asked the commission? What will he say?
This country is not ripe for a democratic transition. What message does it carry?
I heard of that, but I read something which he wrote later, I think 3 days ago, where he accepts that election should be conducted.
So is Professor confusing people because he's the Vice Chancellor of a big institution?
What I read last 2 days, he accepts election should be conducted. Yeah, this is what I read. And it is in the office now. And what he said, that is his individual opinion. And that's why we like there should be a political space. Anybody can say anything. And people should tolerate it. But he's a vice chancellor of a very important university. This university assisted the movement by that time. 85 when we were here, it is this university which activates the movement very, very seriously. For him as a vice chancellor, That is his opinion. But what I thought he should propagate for is there should be transfer of power. In my speech which I delivered before the president, I said this is a chance to move from militarization to democratic process. This is what is to be encouraged by any educated person. Let us have our government which we form by using our own votes. It is ours. By doing so, you believe there is no way only through democratic process. And as you rightly put it, he is the vice chancellor. And I thought university with my parents should be the right place at the moment, propagating for the election to be conducted and to be fair, free, and credible. This is the function of the university. And in that university,
Okay, how far would the permanent constitution-making process to guide elections?
well, these are two important issues. At the moment, those who are monitoring peace, they are here in Juba, and they allowed the time to go until the election commission was reconstituted. They should have kept.
When the commissioner said that those who are here in Juba, they are allowed the time to go, who are those who are in Juba? And the man is commissioned. Because this is whereby I say that when they ask him with a certain question that will be answered easily, and then the man try to twist it, those who are here in Juba, they let the time go. Who is those who are here in Juba? This man is doing the same what Salva Kiir is doing. And then when they ask him by the journalists, and then he will tell the journalists, where are you coming from? Are you not the one who tell us that do this and do that? Because this man, there is a people who are giving him the direction. This is what you are going to do, and this is what you are not going to do. When you did not mention anything, okay, those who let the time go, who is those who let the time go? And how do you going to bring such a guy and you call him proposal, such a human that will never even answer the question is straight to the question? The man will take it like a parallel angle, 90 angle, that if you try to calculate the 90 angle, you're going to know this side is 90, this side is 90, it's going to bring 180. How do you going to bring that such a person? Because if you know that angle, you already know that this side is 90 and then this side is 90. A 9-year-old boy will know that if you tell him that, okay, this angle is 90 over here, 90 over there, 90 over there. If you add them up, it's going to bring 180. These are the people that are going to conduct the election of the country. And then when they're asking you, you take things parallel, not straight to the answer. That sucks.
Advising the government, that time is running. This constitution should have been done 2024 or 25 this way. But from 2018 until now, nothing has been done. Now they are going together. But for me, I thought the
man say, that's something that is, they are killing me. Oh my goodness. I did not even hear the answer of the man. The man is talking about like the professor of the election of 2018. And then the man said that now they are going together. Who and who is going together? Who and who is going together? Because this is not even the question that the girl is asking. South Sudan is being destroyed by those who just know who am I. They just know who am I. I'm on the top. I'm on the top level of the rank. So make sure that who am I? Because even if you ask them on your movement, when you are moving or when you are walking, what is the first of the person? What is the last of the last? The man will never even give you the answer. Because when you are walking, and then if somebody asks you, what is the first of the first and the last of the last, and then 2-0 between me and who am I? The man will never even describe the question, and the man will never even answer the question. Because these certain people, they cannot even lead the country forward. They need to give that responsibility to that young girl that the man is even calling her my sister. How come you're going to call your daughter my sister? Your daughter, you're going to call her my sister. That's what is stuck on the whole South Sudanese men. They see the beautiful girl they compare themselves with, calling somebody, well, not even your last kid, and then calling him my sister. Why you don't call him generalist? Would make sense. Because you combine the opposite of the country with being a sister, that you don't even lead the country forward of calling somebody my sister when you are in the opposite of the country. You have to take the law as a law of the country. You have to take sisterhood outside when you get out from the office with whoever you think is going to be your sister. Office has been condemned as the office of the country. Does not even recognize who's sister and who's whatever. But when you get outside from the office, you close the office, or the second chief came in, and then go and talk outside as a sister and brother. But when you are talking in the office of the country and you still calling whoever is supposed to be in respect as a sister and whatever and all this is the country parliament. Does not even need sister or whatever. On earth, I never seen the country talking about honorable. It seems like in South Sudan, they are the people who create the word honorable. They use sir. Around the house, they use sir. Honorable, whatever, hellish, something else. Is that the way that you guys ruling the country? The country that cannot even respect the mom, that feeding those who were in the bush, they take their food, they do whatever. And this is the country you can call somebody in the parliament my sister.
The 2011 constitution is the one which can guide the election. Yes. Article 197 in the constitution is the one which nominates the electoral commission to be reconstituted.
So the country is going to use the temporary constitution for election?
Definitely. They are going to use the transition constitution for the election. As I quote now, Article 197 says election should be conducted. Yes. And the board should be established, the commission.
That means after the election.
When the man say Article 9.1 say the election must be conducted through what circumstance that the election is going to be conducted. Because you cannot just take that sentence as a guideline that will lead the country forward to conduct the election. There is a certain thing that needs to be implemented first before you go to election. There is a lot of things that need to be done first before you get that article, before you go to that article. You know that there is a thing that needs to get done first before you go to that article. That article will show that, okay, if the country is peaceful, security is already been set up, no whatever they're calling noon, whatever and all these things, that's where that priority will come up. That article will come up because the country is peaceful right now, because we can really go to election. But if things are not done and you using that paragraph, what are you using? Come on.
That's when you will embark on the permanent constitution.
To my thinking as an academician, I think the time for election is very tight, and the time for constitution is very lengthy. Constitution making process, it has stages to go. So those stages should go. Meanwhile, election should be guided by the transitional constitution, Article 197, and should come and constitute a parliament which will pursue and will conduct or will establish or make a constitution which will be permanent later on.
All right, dear viewer of SSBC, we are taking a short break. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more details with the chairperson of the National Elections Commission, Professor Abednego AKOK KACUOL. Stay tuned. So most of the provision of the agreement, like resettlement of refugees and internal displaced persons, is yet effective. Any plan of repatriating the refugees to the country?
Well, I don't know much about this, but what I know, the refugees, they can be met by the government and talk to them and tell them that we can return home, because your presence there is very important to cast your vote there. I think this one is very important for the nation.
So that's the question that we need to be careful as a people of IU. That question, this is something that you need to be careful with it. If you are in Juba or you are elsewhere, that question you need to be careful with it. The repatriation of those who are in different countries. And if they don't want to repatriate them, like I will never even agree for them to be repatriated to the resident area, because nothing has been done through that piece of 2018. But they need to vote within their certain area where they live as a refugee. This is the one factor you will take seriously. If you do not take that seriously, I do not know how to say. Because most of the people, especially those who are in Malakal, those who are in Jonglei, those who are in Unity State, those who are elsewhere, they desert their own state, and then they went to the safety place where they can feed their kids, where their kid can go to school, where that can serve life to the ordinary civilian within the country. And they need to provide them to vote, because they did not go there by their own. The person that they need to vote out is the one who chased them away. The man who needs to be brought out by them is Salva Kiir, who chased them away and put the military in the area without any implication. The man never said that, okay, now we are at peace, we are South Sudanese. The man never even gave a location to their army. They are roaming anywhere. There is no location. Bilpam is not the location where the South Sudanese army can stay. There would be so many locations within the border. Because the country army is close to the border where they had with a different country. Bilpam has no border with anybody. That's why they invade the rest of the country by the other country. Make sure that if you went to the refugee, you have a right to board where you had. They don't even need repatriation to take you wherever they already destroy your property and they want to put you back there. Board for whoever you want. Your safety is going to be on his hand. And then after that is the person that will do the repatriation, will take you back home to where you had. Without hearing any gunshot from there. Because when the right person came, the right person will tell that whoever is in the army, leave. They will give you the location. They will give the army the location where they can go there. If you are not there, and then you are out of law. But this is the second trick that I will need to stick at it. Why do we vote with when we try to separate with South? When we try to get our independence from North, why did the refugee vote? They vote elsewhere within East Africa, and they vote elsewhere within outside country, and they vote elsewhere wherever there were a South Sudanese over there. And if you guys will allow that trick, that is the worst trick that I don't want to see from IO. That's the worst, that's the bad trick that I don't want to see from IO. When they say that the refugees are not going to vote. It means that there will be a meaningful that they chase them away because they are not going to vote. Within Juba, they can vote there. Within Uganda, they can vote. They chase them away from their certain area, their certain place where they destroy everything for them. And when you destroy the country resident, country citizen, place, their tukul, anything, if you destroy it, do you think that the people are going to vote for you? That sucks. And like I already tell you that this girl, she's really specific on her question. And she's supposed to be the commission, not even this man. Because you need to know, because when you're running to be a commission that's running the national election, those are the questions that can come up first. Are we going to election? What about the citizen that already has been chased away from their land by Kiir government, not even somebody else's government, Kiir himself government? Are you going to deny them not to vote? That's a red flag. That's what they're calling red flag. And that will be a red flag that will destroy whole South Sudan, not even half of it. It will destroy whole South Sudan. If you say that you will never even allow those refugees that Self-Kiir regime chase them away from their certain area and then to the location where they become a refugee. If they refuse them not to vote, that's a red flag from God, not even from me. And this is a question that this commission will take seriously. That's a red flag from God, not even from me. Because if we start to destroy ourselves as a South Sudanese, God will never even help us. Because if God does not even help the ordinary citizen that has been murdered by Kiir, God will never even help us on that next round. And make sure that all the citizens of the country that has been chased away by Self-Kiir government need to vote by whole means, whether they are in Uganda, they are in Kenya, they are elsewhere. They have to vote and they have a right to vote. They are the citizens of the country. They are the people who hold that country. They are the people who hold that goddamn president called himself Kiir, who beat him. Because good, when the people of South Sudan vote for South Sudan to be the country now begin to culture. Begin to bottom, el bottom, yani begin to bottom dadu. Naman mashi shanda del crowd. Because el bottom el wuja hatta police muda, because South Sudanese was voted for him. El bottom naman crowd become men magada relief. Jabo alo karas Uganda is his own country. This is something that I cannot even deal with, and it is red flag for me if you do not allow the refugee to vote within South Sudan or within their certain refugee area. That's a big red flag that will destroy all South Sudan, not even the half of it.
To see to that our brothers and sisters who are in the neighboring countries should be told to come back, come and practice their political right and establish a government of their own.
Is there any other option for those who are outside the country whereby they can register, or are they not allowed to vote wherever they are?
Well, we will discuss this with the political parties to know the reaction done the government. It is good to consult them, and there are areas where you can allow them to register and they can vote there. This one is possible.
With the constitution is allowed to vote outside the country?
The constitution doesn't allow that. But with this insecurity, the people left the place for their own safety. And when they went there,
if you are a listener, make sure that anything that young girl asking, because the girl asking, is the constitution of South Sudan allow the people who are outside from South Sudan to vote? And then the commission said that the constitution does not allow that. Can you see that? And those are the red flags that even the IO will never even accept that kind of election. Because when there is a red flag, the red flag does not even want you to join whatever as a red flag already. And like I already tell you, this girl, she's specific on her question, and she know what she's doing. The girl know what she's doing. But the commission does not even know what the commission is doing. Because those are the things that need to be clarified first by the commission. Is this going to work? And then when the man get into the interview with the journalist, and then the man will answer things specifically and exactly the way they need it. Because when you say that the constitution of the country does not allow you to vote elsewhere, what are you talking about? You already put this country into something that you will put your hand on your head tomorrow. because each an individual believes that this country will go to something else again. And this is what the IO prevents. We have to accept what is genuine. We have to accept what is genuine within the country. And if you do not even accept that because it is genuine, if they already allow it, I'm going to lose, you better lose. Then you say that the genuine thing will not be allowed within the constitution of the country. A genuine, a sincere thing are the things that taking the country forward. And if you does not allow them, make sure that as a commission, make sure that you need to see elsewhere where you're going to be.
They discovered that life there is better than life in Juba. So you can now see the displaced in UNAMIS very near here. They come and stay outside. In the evening they go back. But if they are told come and leave the UNAMIS around here, they will not. Yes.
Yeah, you have just mentioned about security. So, and the election is taking place. So how possible is it with these insecure places? How will the voters vote?
Well, as I just told you in my speech when we were being sworn in, I mentioned three challenges, which are owed by the government. One of them is the political will about the election to be conducted. That is the will of the political parties plus the government. Two, the availability of resources to run the election. Three is the security arrangement. Security is a function to be made or conducted by the government. And it is good that you have mentioned it, and that's why we like media, so that people can hear that this is what is being said. These things are there, these three challenges are there, but they can be overcome when people are very serious to overcome them.
What does that mean?
What it means is that
Oh my goodness, man! I love this gun when smart people always they don't play around with the data game. When the man mentioned the three conditions, and then the man said that it will be the willing of the people, and then the girl asked the man that what does that mean? The man is a commission. What kind of what kind of willingness do you need from the people? And this is whereby you have to know that young people of South Sudan need to take this country over. And if there is a good leader, like what Dr. Machar did, is the person that they need to rally behind him. Because Salva Kiir does not even see anybody besides looking at his own birthplace where he was born at. Does not even consider the country as a whole country. Because if the man is going to talk in Congo, okay, we need to stop the war. The man does not even stop the war of his own damn country. What do you think that the others, what do you think those who are leading that country are stupid? And they already know what you are doing. They already know how you are leading people. They already know how are you putting the country into trash or are you putting it into where the country is going to be safety. And you go and tell the other people that, okay, you need to make peace and whatever. You don't even make peace. You tell them people that fight. If you already thrown there and then come to me. Is that the man that they would say that people need to vote with? Come on.
the unification of the forces should be done immediately. And the repatriation of the displaced should be done. Then avail resources to Election Commission as soon as possible.
Okay, since you have presented all those things on the desk and you are saying there is no response yet, what message can you tell the government for them to work on this with immediate effect?
Well, I think I told them several times, and I talked to the media several times. And I just talked to you now a second ago.
The Minister
Yes.
of Finance.
Yes. That the Minister of Finance, or those who were in finance, until now, they have never met even half of our budget, normal budget. But the budget we are talking about now is the election budget, which is different from the normal routine budget being financed by the Minister of Finance. So the availability of resources is to be discussed with presidency and the Minister of Finance.
Okay, what is the response from the Ministry of Finance? Since this one should be treated as a most effective one that should be solved, but yet there's no response. Is it the resources, the finances that the country doesn't have the money, or is the ministry treating it as an option? What?
Well, I don't know exactly why are we behaving like this, but what I know, always there should be a priority. And I thought our priority as Southern Sudanese is this transfer of power. This transfer of power is one of the first and important priority to be considered by all the government institutions. And then, if it is a priority, they should avail resources to enable the commission to embark on their work. So, people, I am very sorry to tell you this. Today is the 5th. And you can see from December until now we have been talking. And if you see now the environment here, the environment is so poor in it. And that's why we are talking outside. Otherwise, we should have talked inside. Practical example. Power. So I would really suggest to our dear Minister of Finance and his colleagues, and I am very pleased with the Cabinet Affairs Minister. He is a very wise person and a very committed person to national matters. And he is very concerned now. He made a lot of moves in the cluster. And in the next meeting, I think, he will again play a very big role. And I think what is very important now is the general concern that we are going to conduct election. If we are going to do election, let us be concerned. If you are concerned, give your advice. Give us support. Let us move ahead. And I will tell them that I don't need money. If they are very serious.
Listen to that contradiction. The commission said that he just told the government, not even the rest, he just told them that he don't need money. How come you don't need money while you're running the country election? Because you are not only the one that is going to run that election, there will be a people that are going to work hard for the election to be genuine and peaceful. It means that there is a sign that shows that this man has a hiding agenda behind. Because you cannot even hold the country election hostage. Okay, I don't need money because I know your side. You guys are going to give me money. You guys are going to put my money somewhere, so I will run it for you, and then to benefit from it. Where did you get that the commission of the country election is running the election without money? Is there not a hiding agenda behind? If you have no money, how do you gonna apply from from Juba City and then to Jonglei State? How do you going to fly from Jonglei and then to Malakali State? How do you going to fly from there and then to Bentiu? From Bentiu to Warab and all this from 10 State and then with the 3 administrative area. How do you going to do that? I don't need money. I already voted for who is going to be the president. So even if I vote for him, I'm going to get my money from him. Is that a commissioner? Is that a commission that we need?
They had a plane. I go to Rumbek. I go to Yambio. I come back. They pay that man. That will be the best for me. And my dear sister, our nation.
Look, the man is calling young girl my dear sister. This is the thing that the elder of South Sudanese does not even understand. You calling the journalist my dear sister. Allah, if you want to call your sister, I know that you may recognize her as a sister, but not within the parliament. Not within the country office. You don't hold the position to call somebody that holds the position like you, sister, my dear sister. The man is even an elder. You need to conduct the country with the regulation of the country that will lead the country forward. You don't lead the country because of sister. Sister, get it outside when you get off from your office, because there is your time off that you get off from work. You will find your sister in the front door. You call her sister, and then you call your brother. But when you are in the office of the country and you still keep calling people sister, it already showed that that country is going wrongly, with the wrong direction, wrong mentality, wrong influence that came from the top, which is calling himself president. I don't even want to call himself president.
We are ready to serve it on condition that the real procedures are to be followed. That is, we have made a budget. This budget, not us alone. In Kenya, in Uganda, the election money is just put all in their account. They have no other reason to say, we are late. The money is there, they can move at the time they feel like. But I was here, I don't know what is the matter.
So with this interview, the public will see. Does it mean the Ministry of Finance is contributing to the delay of election in the country? Because if you're not given the budget, you cannot move. Should the public say the...
Okay, that's the reason that I tell my viewer first. Because I said that Bach was against the bill of the election before the man does not even know that the election is going to be a genuine election, free and fair or not. And that's the same thing this girl already asked from this commission. Does the Minister of Finance delay the money because the man has intention? If he release the money and that election is not going to be conducted free and fairly, and then what will be the solution? And this is the reason where you see each an individual will hold the position within South Sudan. But if you do not go with the direction that self-care has been given to you, it makes sure that within your 6 months, you're done. Because the man is running the country parallel, not even straight. And that's where somebody like Biara Jack that does not even have a more vision of being intelligent and up into something else. When you do things, you don't do things roughly. You need to do things patiently as an intelligent person. When you do your own thing, do them patiently as an intelligent person. That's why we see Dr. Machar is staying in Juba. People, they think that the man, okay, the man is in this place, the man is this place, the man is this. The man is smart enough. The man is mature and is smart enough. And that man is the one who will bring genuine peace within South Sudan. And if we let him go, as South Sudanese, if we let that person get tired and say, hell no, I'm done. Do it the way you guys want it. Some people, they will cry tomorrow. Most of the people that does not even like the genuine peace right now will cry tomorrow. I believe Uganda is nothing to my tribe, Nuer. To be honest, to tell you the truth, Uganda, that Salva-Kiir keep bringing into South Sudan is nothing to our own tribe as a Nuer. And if Salva-Kiir with his own tribe will keep insisting that that peace will not go forward, our only tribe is not a simple tribe. But sometimes we are patient. We keep patient and we keep pushing our leader, do it the way you want it. We keep pushing our leader, do it the way you want it. If it is going to be a peaceful, that our credibility is going to be there, and then do it the way you want it. But when this man get tired tomorrow, make sure that put your 5 fingers between your butt and know where you are running. We play two things. We play peace and we play what everybody needs. I will not tell that. We always play peace, but when we get into what everybody needs, and if we play it, it is a daily game when we try to play it. That's why we take our son out from Juba, where has been threatening with all whatever helicopter, the Baba, and we take our son in front of each of individual from this General Council of Elders within Juba, and we take him outside. Because when it get into the pain of the butt, we know how to do that. We are peaceful people that know how to do that. From day one that we came out from our home mom is Tumek. We know how to do the painting on us. And if you think that, okay, because we have a stupid kid that they doing it to ourselves, we will convene those and we will get ready from those and we will do it to somebody that will know the pain. If Salva-Kiir think that Dr. Machar is with him over there, I guess Salva-Kiir, you better know what you're saying. You better know what you're saying. You better know what you're saying. The man left Juba 2 times, and when the man returned back, he said that I left with two dangerous times, and I came back, and I will still be here. The man know what he is doing, because the man born in that country, and the man will serve that country by any means whether somebody like it, because he already has a license of the country, that license we will rip it. We will rip it into pieces from your hand. Because even if you bring...
Ministry is contributing to the delay of elections.
Well, you see, let us wait and see. Give them a chance of another week and see.
Because you have given them now all, is it from December after February?
Yes.
So the ministry should be in a position now to finalize on giving you the budget as a priority for you to move. So in short, you are not doing anything until the budget is released to you.
Yes. As I told you, we have done now two things, which were supported.
The one that doesn't need money.
Supported by the UN, UNAMIS. The Zoom we did with the 10 states was organized by them. And then a workshop, induction workshop, was conducted in Pyramid, organized by the United Nations. And I thank them very much for that good work. And we are cooperating with them. But yet, another condition which the UN put forward with the other world organizations here, they say that let the government deposit something to the commission. Then from there we will give money.
Let's say the international communities, right? They are ready to come in to help, but under the condition that the government should inject
Money.
Some percentage.
Yes.
So that it is confirmed if they are serious.
Exactly.
For the election.
Exactly.
And that message has reached the ministry
Definitely.
and above.
For the election.
How long?
Okay, you see that that question came out from that commission. When you are talking about the UN, make sure that you need to understand what the UN is doing there within South Sudan. Especially, you know, UN, election in an Tirambi con mighty. Election in Larka, wouldn't Yalka, Yomacher, Tirambi con mighty. And this election of Alaka Karmado. UN, Kawaguru, you know, but it's China may a teacher made and me one of board colonels. I believe in a young I know you and a teacher at that time. Kawaya can call my genos. United Nations, a teacher and a one of board colonels. Catch a ladder the rich whereby the article board cases. And a map with Yenama Bajan Corniardi and Dora, a Kirma, a take a Dunamobile Gula. And key point there, again, I would link Joka UN, go on the talk to Bilaska Yerami Yalka Akan. The rest will be us. In which did election, Magura, did a pig, could it allow and will be enough. Mukuja, we Muku, Woka Charwas, and Laramamo is smart enough. Call you and mature government and anti-killing. You know, like a mentor and an in Minway be a Alaska bank. Bitati Yalka election. The rest will be on us. You and Guru at Workaji. Mogura at Workajimo. Ladim Beji Matkawan, Dinan Wee, about that. Chena may share Lara Medan and no, a Jinubi, no bigger board, Kamishalke, their own independent. Changing the Diaga Latina at that time. Putin I should succeed. Ramalarja Burno UN Min Gorke Milala the UN could repeat La Lara no Ladim there will be a security within the country. Kanga who can bring the security within the country? But be sure and be a curve, you have to say that one. They repeat. But who can bring the security? Let them. They will insist, we need the security in the country. Party party. mi kula ayu yenje ja na mo chi de min ne berar ka to UN United Nations ye de me bra to de ko de li ken di chi de li ko ni chi nang gar mo ora bi o jo wa ne nang wur we ma dong bi o jo wa na dora na wa ne tang chi di ra bu buran di lo kele gar mo bur ka gwe je ba kele ja ka tangan doran kan wo no biran jo che gina ba ni daru na pinya bo wa na dora wa tang na jo da ne we che ga da ba ni jungda Jordan, sama ni abi jero kalsan sama. Kor yang ada na yiri yang kon, me yuone kon na ke 2013, ke chuana na nang abana ka nang na doran. Taga me dei ban ke me da na lar ke jok ke me yi kur yang ina jo ga la jungde che tong. Ano tele mo ban tanga ni kon ya la ken. Tili comparison ke juk me de ya te different ke juk tele ke. Ka gar me yi jene ya we no ra ya wata. Ka gwe ga me yi liu na gumbi liu ni sama mu la ga na ni chio dien ba ra sama. God kon ne a jang defend to the maximum me yi ga liu da ni chio dien ba ra. Ne wi mon ni la wa gwi. Me a ku gwi le wi ne wi mon ni on ban. Me ya ko nti me a wi mon ne me a gwi. Jegi je pu ke kor yi ka kor ru ta be ne ba wi mon du gwi le pu. Kon da ran nan da no ru minan wallahi mata ga tafi wallahi dai bananga ka ne re ko ne yi defend. Mai nan kan len wor garma wallahi dai wana rar bai wana rar o wai dai na jo wanga je nan chau ka yi ta len da ko ji no o ta rin du ja dai loi wi ki wei je imbe ki wei la o chi no na ka bi no ri mi gongo wa yo lor ka airport jana ta to ke ni kon la nyu ke no kon tana ga ta ji re ro ni kon chana la ne chana da ri ko to ngi banda ri tin me we mo ku kon bi je la o chana ku we je ku kon ngi rami kon lu je wo ke ga rami na ni chi lu kede ka ga nundan ne kon e ya berbo na ko and then wai la wona wi la wodi un ku yimi ber ba ji ko ba yu lu ra ri nyali ba yi lu ke wi a te ko wi da ana ma kare na par wi dan je te me gu kon ki ji wala man na nuri baka nan wala karu me o te zan ku yinanin min nan kwala support nake ta nga biwo kap ka turbiliya na ba wannan na go nanin min kwa kala dafin ba wani ono ju ba wani ono ke mari ju ya randu ne na biya be ge ya na mu ju ga te yin to ko community dan is too hard no kon bana wodi but it's not going to be difficult no ba fix and even go to ba fix ko the more me could dir me yal ke hardship kuje guru no be transfer into the good one it is hard but if you commit yourself be achieve ka shi mande odi you commit yourself with raminani tiakel min ngi no bi ko with in society rule na mo min jalare commission in min ku election ku jaron this is the hand of it
deployment of unified forces take before election commences. Do you have any idea?
I don't have an idea about that. That is purely a security matter of the government.
Not a concern of the commission as well?
It is, as I mentioned to you before, one of the challenges I told you is security. It is a function to be organized by the government.
So it's a concern, yet they cannot tell you when?
No, they cannot tell me.
That you include in your plan?
Well, now we have the arrangement with the local security from the police. They are now being trained. And we include them in the budget, that the police should be so much concerned. The army will protect outside, but inside, the security is to be controlled by the police.
Do you have any message to the citizen of this country regarding the upcoming election? Any message for them?
The message for them is very clear, and I usually say that you are given a chance now. You are told that the sovereignty will go to you, the citizen. Catch that one well. When people go to you, listen to them well, and then register your name. When you register your name, you have won your sovereignty halfway. And then when time of polling comes, you go. You cast your vote. You cast your vote, that means you are electing a representative to come to the parliament. So that chance should not be missed by the citizens of this country. Let them welcome.
Dear viewer of SSBC Power Hours with Akuchma Care, we have now come to the end of our interview with the chairperson of the National Election Commission, Professor Abednego AKOK KACUOL, who was here telling us what are the preparation ahead of the 2024 general election.
Yene kon telinda ramangwangba chaji bijo jina chuja ngwangi. The people, they don't follow the principle in an Iran or Kapinu. Yene pai benba and then they near Minguri no bingaj Kenyam. Calling I know yene election and lashkame. Hill made an a yukon no Kenyam. And now we've been a working election. Those are the two questions we brought to you. Okay, so what can you do? The third question we brought to you again. So, many may gadan yalara jana bachung. Kate hiding behind agenda and went to Kawuri Yalga Kir can money. May it all Chakona. And Tama. Take care on. Chaburai kon we jirande we bechong and all this. I'm not tired of those people. I'm tired of somebody malarje and who attack a right and who they chonka you. Okay, that's the interview of Raminan in Kumikula will be a Jawana election. Last question and quality Nyamo Chen you know unification force in an Lalke. What happened to it? Chala Richung, she joined and they take on a royal Woody Yalke Amaquilu at the Chagabi Muyamai Chagamuyamai. Although if not even if she can be up. Comedan animal alarke Woody Junga, take a tala daughter. Especially Woody Yalke Amaquilu. Urma dollar Nakela River. Cause the more of Ben Kamala and some of the Quatin, Kadonga about which a Kiria and Ramagoa. Coin the last person in kind of weaker position there here. Any round Chow Wuyakir, including them, Kwamanyang, and could a diligent get Makui, Chow Wuyakir. I know. I mean, kind of way here. Again, my quay came in at the corner la lade. Can I will be named made an Larabana graduate Chunkian. I believe that gun warrant a magic Yoraka take on a unify Yada. Chakamuika. Come in, a might go again, open about Karajuka Juba. Go on. Can want a longer Juba. Again, a name I want to border, but I didn't mean Yorke be kind of warable. McKinney your teeny. Because an urbanity added, could you buy young till con my buck, dual key, a jack and an egg. The day you go to your Kirabet, you can't have been known. the day yang got yaga chalka dear me yalka ka medan yaga jo biaradun no dia work tamama and then yaga muika meron and then yala ka torbeli madi wija mati ga damor makin wokin woni jen ka be larji be jo gari tanko yiga jien tama kan ka dear me yalka mu kan na kama wara amanu no na mo lar ke jaba ngai ni jeno nguni le ro de dori chalke so Sudan mo wa ku wo ka der mi yalke commission ni rewde ko mo wi nganga jo chaide mi jo waste your time. I have to do what I can until you thought in this is the agenda me yade me gutin until ci dorin chalke so Sudan ci kuwar na riyo mai church succeeding either one kan je riyo mai church ga nuwar madon ke succeeding kan ti kwana da fadli and work election my election more ti kwana da fadli we need to make sure that any nanin gwaike de kon a pet jana larga na ne kon kamin da min da na tin impact in jana larga na because those are the two things kon jira la gwine advantage and disadvantage ne na la we may be we may yiro ta te na gwalma la gwi ka dong de wo yete an milaraka election ne kon my main point in ladaka me gwayana wal this is the main subject where there could look at Norway and ne kon it ka kamni malarga je distur nan larke wurjanga min ta kula no ko mo commission ko wuri nan wurjanga ko anything mo bi jang be benefit in lazim ba no ne jang but bi kula bolar kon ne kon ngor na je no chang no ne jang ba e kai lor me yo so na ayo jang te ko ne je lingi ji de jen yo ya ka ayo na ko we are the ajo push no ban wo ka election me Italian bemir I believe when I coach and my appel my name. And can a Wardian Guana can be a young and red Kennedy was you do none native him in no native Yanke the corn, Naka December 15 in Nakakon. A can I eat or can a corn and tell me. Native book push over and oh, you know, we are for you jet. A term of Bana and Gary Yalka Yao can a negative, you've been book on Yao, you've been a Canada court. But I know no way but him more in a bedelu. Cojin Jano do no being a dubia play. Elena con Chila tire. Chati graded and a chow you can Chana can Bawal can pay. Hill Kayao Yanaka muy bedelu, Kayao you been a Laramana or be a constant. Kobana has any movement till a permanent person. Maybe people are permanent. Either be Benelavi is spy, Machiariala can tongue, either be Benela permanent. Conquer two things, still a material advantage and a disadvantage. Come on, one we con native con and quality worry, is special with that. Up and I'll say an 8 hour to be a support. And Governor Bitamalakan can a woody chalka to a commissionary. And I told Gorigeno last a doon in along and no be a pick up. Color can remember to again. Unnated quantity can make an 8 Thomas Munka and a day one. ko ya de metirunda wol kel kedere wala the next board wina board ba board ki ko nyen gwan bane te re tin ko kira ne yano mo we wala ne dia le jo so kam ni ji bi board jen wen gwari ka dan ke wuri ya ke ki kon ki tin mo pin yo ga fan yang jala ke ngen gan ba ngai dia le la le wi de ba tin mo pin kir ba my perspective mo ban right in run kir yang jala ga ngai dia le ka la wi de ko wur je mi to wi de tama te ya kalkale to wi de aje no mo wa wala ra bi na buot ka kamni be jur tin ko ba ka jur East Africa be jur be ka jur ko be wur janga be waja ka be chi kana gara wono ngo chibde ko ken ne ken ni ko la la tin chale ka simple case ko simple case ya you wrong one jang mo waje linga ya law bi na buot ka kamni bi aja ngajeno jankien ba manjuri ba gatien ba pal ko ba nanga mandien du buot ka jankien ba den wur janga barora mo chib juro mo be juro ke la gade ba consider mo chibde. Because these are the genuine things to go in a simple thing. And I'm aware allow no, this is what can go. Make sure that Muiro Ruka Katu. Common Argaje and Otile census Mobile, Jeremy Yalka new is Timmy. Medan Bonaka disturb it at 2011. How do you think that how many percent of Bananga can know? Bananga is Teniki and Kawara. Poor and it's calling Kule poor and country is Africa. Because these people are really Kakane Koni Laoti Nalo Changamala Kuala, but here corner Gala, a corner on a quarter. These people are really Canada, they can go beyond. Okay, they not they dominated. Because they can try everything. Minan can be impossible, but nothing impossible. Then would make anyone. Nothing impossible. Because Garmachala Ganura, I guarantee that. Jinmala Labiganura la Donna Lloyd no nothing impossible. Community that may and Omagway allow more impossible and Eracon. Okay, don't want you belong. Junior nothing impossible. We can do anything Malauma that we want. Recon, we will solve them one time when the time comes. Coricon Malud and a conquer or done. We don't even put forward in no corner one time. Yarma you take on a lot of these con you made and I believe in a bella show. We got the Marabana dong the door, Chena Chacon. Such a bit a lot. And he's going to tell you, I name the corner. Kobeja Ramadan and Largan or a garmora. You could have got the Marabia down the door, Chena door. Kokonyana in Konyana got a warning. And Ogaramaya let a dear than the moon and you look long of mobile and animal. Yana Baramno done to wound and Momo quick contact, I tell it, Yana did deal convert a con. Commola did I got the Marabia down the door, Yana. And don't go to Katayanga Jaramajano Kennedy beach. But we don't realize to con in the con Jaco back on all out, back on all back again. Chanaga Laguay, good word Laguay, or simple. Near a moment you get down or check the Wurumo would do. There you know, to you to go Biaka when you're laying out. tira ma gur ke no ba ga le yen te yen to gur na no ko na lan na mi na ni na lawo cha de mi no ma de no chien dan min mo du chien dan min lo na kon ne ko ga jen we dan no mana ga je wun wora ga de ma ra don do yen che ma lo no on te yen to ma yana ga gur ba na ga gur no ga re me lor ke nga ga mu yana disco yana ga bite je no nga me te dor ka je me la de me ja le ne di ya ku ya ke ya je le di we need gorno ke no bana ke control on te yen to bana ga gor ma we la we na mi impact ye no wi jo min ji impact la o ji re ye no wi mu anto mo kana ka las kan wo de la o bana ban bi gadan be ko no mulai be ko nang ne go na ni ku de chiendan ma anto to ke ni ko ni kwa kon destroy long ma kana ga la rin ti yento ma kana sincere and okay nye jenye ki won ku mi wure ji kwa ko ni ku yi mun da na me ware la mun do ara na me ne chi mo re ta ju ko ndi the more you will think twice but wa wona do ba ne wono log na ring me la wo chi ko na ba ne ring do wo nyona no ba ko na ba ne ko ne ko na hore ko de moru che no people ye kana ko we wo ku ra ma don ka ba ne ring do wono ba ne ko wa ne la wono ring ko do no ba ne na live con te ya de la na ne ke te la wo chi go de te ja de ya no ne kan to dia lo ana la go principle con ma kana ne la ba ne principle ne la principle ne ma kana ne la ba ne mi ya le principle mun no te dia da con ne ka ba ne ba ko ne con ka mun na ne ji ku le na ma we wa pa ke je na bi bu de we ka bi ne na we ko ne mun na do mun ba yi sel lo ge ra mo ne mun biya wo no tin je jo ai ka wang je te ka wang je bel ka wang je mu de le di je nyer ga na je mu le di ka biya we nya ne mun ba yi sel mun da na kwana le cholo mun wor man na ko kon bara u de pa je kon wer ye ne kon kaman mun na ka ro ade ma ya we te ni na ga ngi mu de mun dan kon wor de ni kon because ne mun ya ne respect como kwa ne respect mu bana ra ma do je muno ma do je chieng bane ba nyona de ne mun lu je mun ko ne ka bana we bane ba ne mun by itself de nyenye kon ka ba nyenye kon pu ne mun ko ade pala jo kon mun ko ade mun na wade ne ko ade pala jo kon bana ma ye ne hera medan bana ka ko nye mun ke lo ke ne je ne ko ade ne je no ne jen ba pa ne ko ade doran ko we cannot do the same thing together Mudi yang lari ya two tiger cannot live in the same mountain. Two different tiger la mo mona tiger mo dong you mo tiger can ship they cannot even live in the same mountain. Because they don't point you can. But the control community done it seems you much a tongue one take a sereno, the narrow to one day and could they con fight to the maximum until Yanaka realize you and to take a journey to London. Come take a wound one malaria got a marby, I don't know, and can Mamma Yala where I lie a unicun and over a wound or a year and a yano and I low. Come let's con and chess. Yamin do wala de na won ngai kono no je de nyimu je no kwala nang je no doro kama ba kon jone wudani mo wudan kon joga da mar biya de tawo we don't even follow all those principles
press conference is organized by the NEC to inform the public that election has started. How? Two, what did the commission do? And what will the commission do in the near future? I don't want to go into so much detail, only to brief you that an action has been taken by the national government. They deposited to us.
Majid yana and Dirman Yalke a commission more. Majid I don't want to go much into detail. What is his position? Come Majid play until the hand. What is his position? Majid I don't want to go much into detail. What is his job? His job is explanation. And this is what I get. We will contradict it all. This is what I get. We can go forward for it. I cannot go much. I cannot go into detail. It means that take a detail, the logo no camera. One made him to be a commission. Let them in a command, on instruction of election, and on the election level are now in detail. That is what it means in an no, you will explain everything in detail into the public. I cannot go into detail. One make him to be a dear a commission of election. It means that there is a more hiding agenda behind, such as you don't even need to go into detail, because the man already came out and said that I'm not going to go in detail. So that's the way you will see the differences. Come and see because any color it will show that there is a different color.
Some money, and this money is given to us because the budget we presented to them is organized in a sequence. The first sequence is free election activities. These pre-election activities, they start with accommodation of the election headquarters in Juba. And then we go to the states, to the 10 states and 3 administrative areas. In the states, we will visit them very soon. When we are in the states, we will see the actual infrastructure in the state, in those 10 states. When I established them, 2015, until now, some of them have deserted, some of them have passed away, some of them are still operating in those states. Hence, we will go to the field and see exactly their structures, offices I mean, and those employees who are present there. The third one is to purchase vehicles for the commissioners to enable them moved inside here. We are happy that today, this is the second day of my declaration of civic education, which is our first priority. That the policy or the statement which has been released several times by different bodies has become now a reality that we are going to conduct elections. And to do that, I just told you now that some funds have been released. For which purposes? For the purposes I just told you. And then we'll continue. Some of you might have heard that the budget of the commission, the real budget, has been submitted to the parliament by the Council of Ministers. They will approve it. And when they approve it, we will now receive funds in sequence. And then we'll go on with our program. What is our program? Our program may not be detailed to you today, but you are a part of the Election Commission to be informed that we have made election calendar, which is a draft. This draft is to be discussed, is to be explained more in a different occasion more than this, when it is passed by the stakeholders of the Commission. If we do that, then we will now begin our actual activities. This is with civic education. That election is to take place. How will it take place? It will take place in the coming sequence, which will be explained to you some months to come. And that draft begins in June. And from now on, we will be concerned to establish our structures in the headquarters and in the states, and then training the personnel which are going to run the election. Hopefully, I am thinking that the election will take place. If it will take place, the public should be informed, because the sovereignty is theirs.
When the commission said that I am thinking the election will take place, what that mean in English? I am thinking the election will take place. What that mean? Are you a commission or you are something else? The reality. I am thinking the election will take place. It means that the commission is not even sure the election will take place or not. Because I'm thinking is not a full sentence. It does not even recognize what you're talking about. I am thinking. How many things are you thinking for? I am thinking the election will take place. This does not even make a sentence, does not even make a clear sentence, does not even show the explanation. While you are a commission that will lead the election forward, I'm thinking. So the man is not even sure. The man does not even know the condition that will not let us to go to election for. I am thinking. While you are a commission, thinking for what? Come on.
Sovereignty belongs to the southern citizens. And that is not enough. We want you and I will continue to awake the population, to awake the citizens, that sovereignty is yours, fair enough. But there are procedures which ought to be fulfilled. One of them, in your Buma, your Payam, your county, your state, your name must be registered. That is voter education, which will begin in June this year. We need now, all of us, to work in collaboration. I just said a draft has been made. And that draft is to be discussed by the concerned or the stakeholders. After they confirm it, then it will be declared to you in a separate press conference. But we as a commission, we are saying that targeting the election take place should be in June. That's where registration of voters will begin. Why? The law says registration must begin 6 months before. Yes, we'll begin now in June, then we moved ahead. This is your question number one. I answered it. The resources. As I just said before, the budget is before the Council of, the Council of Ministers have passed the budget, and it is now before the National Assembly. What has been received or what has been released is a very small sum of money to cover the free activities, as I said a few minutes ago. There are two roles, my dear press people. There are roles for political leaders, and there are roles for the election commission. This question, I'm not the one to answer it. It is the political parties to answer this. My duty is to get the law, the election law, read it well, and then implement it as it is. It is written in the Election Act that when it remains 6 months, the registration must begin. And again, for your own consumption, in the peace agreement, it is said that when it remains 2 months, from December 22nd this year to February 22nd, 2025, election must be run. In 2015, I made some contact with the countries or nations which did election without census. What they advise is that you begin with registration of voters, 18 years or what the law of the nation says. With us, it is said that registration must begin 18 years and above. We'll do that. In our current situation, we are going to use the 2008 census. And then, to give you more, there are some discussions which the political leaders will do. In the Act, there are 332 seats. I wrote now to the Minister of Justice to discuss this and then pass it to the Assembly. When we divide it, 50% geographical, 50% PR, that is professional representation, 5% to be appointed by the elected president. When you evaluate them, they don't come together. It needs a legal step to be done. So, registration will be the only method we will do from the Buma to Payam, then we go until to the state headquarters. Types of election to be conducted. There are two virtues now which are going around. The first virtue, according to us as the technical people, and according to peace agreement, it is said that general elections will be conducted. General election will be conducted within this period of December 24 to February 25. Now, there are discussions going on in the political parties which are concerned about peace. They are now negotiating either to go for partial election or we go in for the general election. However, the decision they will take, this is where we will be abide for it, then we follow it. But if you see now the voting process, which everybody knows, one day you can vote for the president, vote for the National Assembly, vote for the governors, vote for the state assembly. One day you can do these things. This will relieve the nation from the burden of conducting other issues, time to come. However, it is not my decision as a chair, it is the decision of political leaders. to go for elections, and there are parties which are saying that we are not ready to go for the elections. Let me draw your attention, all of you, to the peace agreement. The peace agreement says that when it remains 2 months, that is December 2024 to February, election will be conducted. These are the peace parties which agreed on peace.
When you see what the man is saying, the man does not even want to explain. There is some certain reason that say that without implementing them, the election is nothing. You don't just take that certain place that says that, okay, at this time we gotta go to election. We go to election when there is a thing that already has been picked. And then this man will never even help the South Sudanese, to be honest, to tell the truth. This man, that is a commission of election, will never even help. There is some certain place that say that we can go from this, and then when we get down from this, and then we go to this, and then next, and then next, and then next. And then after they all done, that's whereby the country will be pre and fair to election. But the man just take the quote, the only small quote that says that, okay, during this time, we will go to election. But why you don't read the following that will lead us to election? A country will not go to election without dealing with the crisis of the country. The country never had an election from the beginning. So what are the circumstances that does not even let the country go to the election while the country already have a 13-year right now without going to election? Because since the independent, we have 13 years without going to election. Because of what? Because Salva Kiir does not want people to go to election. We're supposed to go to election in 2015. After what? Let's say 2011 to 2000, after 4 years, and then we're supposed to go to election. And then when Kiir already knows that the man will not even handle it, the man will not even succeed. And then the man caused the issue that murder 40,000 of Nuer. 40,000. You think that it is simple? It is because something that already has been written. Okay, we got to go to election. Simply, we got to go to election. Is that what you're talking about, Commission? So if there is nothing behind before we go to election, what makes us to have 13 years without election in South Sudan? If there is nothing behind that prevent the election to go forward. Because there is a thing that prevent that election to go forward. And you just taking this clip, okay, it say we gotta go to election. Peace agreement has been signed in 2018 for so many reasons. From step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and so on. And then when all those steps already done, that's whereby we can go to election. But if nothing done, you better tell us that we got to go back to war. Simple answer. Because if nothing done from that provision of peace agreement, if nothing has been touched You just need to tell us that I'm a commission of war, not a commission of election. Simple and period. Don't lie to people.
So it is the debate, the political parties, to accept, not to accept is not my concern. It is their concern. And there's a debate now going on. I can't answer that. They will answer it. But my law, my function is to implement the law, Election Act, and then the peace agreement. Coming to constituencies, I just told you a few minutes ago that the Act said that there are 332 seats. And I gave you the how they are divided. There are some irregularities inside there. So I wrote to the Minister of Justice to consolidate this or pass it to the Council of Ministers on its way to the Parliament, which they will resolve. Otherwise, we have also suggested in the draft before that we can use 2010 constituencies, which is 102 seats by that time. So the debate is going on. The decision will be taken by them, not by us. What I would like to tell you is this. The issue of registration, and by the way, I don't want to be blamed later on, to be told, why did you not put this? You know, the peace agreement 2018 said the census, the constitution, and so on must be done before that time. All of us, we were seeing the times going on. For me,
okay, can you see the man went back to what I said? In 2018, the man already know that in peace agreement, things need to be done before there will be an election. And he don't want to explain all those. Because that's why I say this man will never even help South Sudanese. If there is a thing that already has been mentioned in peace agreement, census, population, state, and then all this and so on, need to be conducted first before we go to election. Why you don't explain being a commission of election? Commission means command. You command the election. Being a national commission, it means that you are the command of that election. And then you say there is a thing I'm not going to say, there is a thing that is going to be a politics and all this. You need to explain the whole case. Okay, I'm not going to conduct this election because of this, because of this, because of this. But you does not even give us a proof of point that I cannot even trust you because the way you talk. No, I cannot touch this. What are you talking about? And you already know that if there is no census, the election will not go forward. And you agree that the election will go forward. Come on.
Me as the chairperson, I said, no, let us make a hold that by June 2024, registration will take place. This is to be heard by all Southerners. And then the law is with me. It says when it remains 6 months, registration.
My question is this: if this man is talking about June, the registration will start at June, and then Mr. Lambos with his President Salva Kiir said that they already registered thousands of people. If there is a 2 different elections within South Sudan, if there is a 2 different elections within South Sudan, if Peter Lambos and his counterpart Salva Kiir and whatever, they say that they already registered this maximum of number, even if I'm not going to play it, I already have that video. And then the man is still coming up registration is going to be on June. So if that registration is a one-day registration or two-day registration, because if they start registration in June, and then we were left with only 3 months, with only 6 months. And those 6 months, the registration by itself will consume all the 6 months. Registration by itself will consume all that 6 months. Okay, if the registration is going to start on June, so who's going to run? Is that only Self-Fakir? Because if the IO say no, who is going to readjust his party? Who is going to readjust the people? Is that only IG that is going to readjust the people? And who's the campaign manager of Self-Fakir? And even if the IO is running, there will be a campaign manager, not even the commission. Because the campaign manager is the one who is going to deal with the commission. Because if the commission is confusing people, the campaign manager is the one who will say, no, this is not the right thing, and then we can go this way. How can the commission is the one that is going to lead everything? And then there is no movement that I'm seeing within South Sudan. Kir cannot even go to Jonglei anymore. Kir cannot even go to Malakal anymore. And then the partner that is trying to run for a presidency, if the IO is not, who's that person? Who's that person? That election is not going to make it. South Sudanese are not going to make it that simple thing like a baby diaper. The election is not like you put the baby diaper on his butt. Election, they call it election. They already start win in the United States. There will be election. When did they start it? They started in 2023. And up to now, people are still campaigning. What about the election that is going to get done within December and then people does not even campaign yet? South Sudanese, they need to take these gray hair people out from South Sudan, from the leadership of South Sudan, if South Sudan will go forward. Because they are Mr. I know. Mr. I know. Because if this man says that, okay, the registration will start in June, so that registration by itself can consume 6 months. Forget about the rest. Registration by itself will consume 6 months. What about the voting pool? The pool that people are going to vote. How long is it going to take again? And you say that there is no single voting pool that already even been built within the country. Come on.
Must start. The issue of fair, free, is a very nice one. And you are the youth, many of you here are the youth. And it is your duty to explain to our masses, wherever they are, that the chance has come to us. That the power is returned to the citizens. If it is returned to the citizens, it must be done better than before. We want to show to the world that we are mature enough, we are responsible enough, and we care for our own nation. And to do that is to register your name freely. Nobody will interfere with you. Is to come to the polling station freely. You vote for your candidate without intimidation or interruption. If we do that, my dear youth, then we...
If this man is talking about if you are going to the station poll and then without intimidation, what happened to the mayor of Juba right now? Where is the mayor of Juba, the former mayor of Juba? Where is the man at right now? If there is no intimidation within South Sudan, how come the man does not even say that he is not going to vote for Salva Kiir, but the Hajjan of Salva Kiir went to his house, take him. Nobody knows the man is in Blue House. Nobody knows where the man is at right now. For only speech, freedom of his speech, telling his own people, don't care the state as a church. The church say that if they slap you here and then turn other church and then let them slap you again. But the man says that it's not the agenda of the community. If somebody cut your neck, cut his neck. These are the only people that they took man out from his family and they take him somewhere else. What kind of freedom of speech was in South Sudan? Whenever there is a hand move, whenever the vice president cannot even move, what is the freedom that are you talking about, Mr. Commission? Those kids, they are even scared tomorrow, they're going to get shot within their police station. Who do you think is stupid will go to police station while there is a Salva Kiir army? It's not even a country army. They call him Salva Kiir army. You say Waye, they will say Waye. Is that a country that you tell the people that they can register and go to the police station and then to vote for whoever they want? Okay, if they don't even want to intimidate them in front of them, they can just take all their vote tickets and then go and trash them into the trash can. Those voting tickets, they will take them, and then if they vote with who, they vote with who, and then when they see them, they vote with somebody else, not even Kiir, they're going to take them and then take them into trash. Who's under control of all those? Please, don't even like, it's shame when you talk on something that you are not going to prevent.
We have saved the country. And I appeal to you right now that the messages you are sending around, let them contain this. That Southern Sudan is being watched by the world. And if it is being watched by the world, we want to show to them that we are mature enough, we are responsible enough, we are capable enough to do our own issues. And I'm happy with the Yakan whom I saw some minutes ago here. They were very good. This man talks facts. And if he talks facts, that is the actual role of the civil society. I was asked in 2010 to give a lecture about civil society. So I did the research and I presented it. A very old person, a senior man, congratulated me that this is good. Now it is their role, the civil society, the youth, the women organization, the population generally, to see to it that a chance has been given to them. They must receive this chance and use it peacefully. Now, if we run our election peacefully, the world will know that Southern Sudan has the right to fight for their own independence, which they have done. If we vote like what we did during the referendum Yakani, This will be a very good soap to clean us, to confirm that we were ready to rule ourselves, to confirm to the world that we are capable to run our own nation. And I believed with this standard you are in, you can be capable to spread to the people.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think I'm going to hold this nonsense whole away from the beginning up to the end of it. This commission is nothing to me, and I don't even see his role on election. The man will never even certify anybody beside what they tell him to do. And if you are a commission, you are a command by yourself. There is a lot of tools that you need in order for you to success on election. But if the man does not even request, and then request by his own that, okay, if they did not even pay me, I can go and do this, and after I did it, and then they can come and pay me. The role of being a command in election, you need a lot of tools, you need a lot of success, you need a lot of common sense that you will lead the country into election. But if you do not even have a common sense, you are coming out because, okay, this is what they say, this is what I get, this is my research. A country that going to the election without census is a country that already have a system, because South Sudan does not even have a system for the previous census that you are talking about. What was the system of the previous election in 2011? Where is the data? What kind of data is going to tell you about South Sudan? Even if you just ask the Google about the information of the previous election. How do you going to get them? The country that does not even need census is a country that already qualifies on their system, on their data. They already know how many in this state. Because the data of Jonglei State will show that this is the population of Jonglei State. The data of Malakal will show that this is the data that within system of Malakal, the population. But if there is no data that can confirm that this is what is going, are you telling us the big paper that you guys already just wrote and said that this is what was the 2011 census? Getting the pen or getting into the computer and then go to Excel and then just type whatever you want. This is the number of this state. Who do you think cannot even go to that Excel and then type all those stuff? Because that's thing that has been generated by human beings. So if I go to Excel tomorrow and then I already write all the state and then do my own estimate, giving Unity State a 2 million, what kind of census are you going to bring to me and say that and deny me, say that Unity State does not have a 2 million people? That's something I already wrote. And then if you go to the countries that already have their own data, that data communicates if the kid has born today and then will be on the system. So Sudan does not even have a birth certificate, only birth certificate. How do they even if 15 years old came tomorrow and say that I'm 18 years old, like you say from 18 above, how do you going to recognize that that's a 15 years old? The country that with 13 years without birth certificate, is that a country that can go to election? country without birth certificate, and that country born 13 years ago and no birth certificate. It seems like I don't even understand, how do we going to call it country? How do we going to call that country? Country with 13 years up to now, there is no what they call birth certificate. You cannot even recognize 13 years old with 18 years old. You cannot even recognize 20 years old with 13 years old. 13 years old, we say that she's 20. No identification. How do you gonna identify that kind of kid? She's 13 and then she's gonna tell you that, okay, I'm 20 years old. I wanna buy alcohol. I'm 20 years old, I wanna buy alcohol. You damage the country into the maximum that nobody even will be able to fix it. It's gonna take more time. And there is no need for rush, getting a rush and say that there will be an election while people are dying day and night. This is what the goddamn Self-Fakir would say is a precedent. Say.
Here discussed the escalating conflict in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo with his Congolese counterpart, Felix Tshisekedi. The leaders called for the strengthening of two peace initiatives introduced in 2022 to resolve the ongoing conflict. The South Sudanese president is in the DRC as the chairman of the 8-nation East African Community Regional Bloc.
We will work hard so that we stop war in the Eastern Congo. And
let me just stop him right there. If the man says that we will work hard, Innu, who's going to hear the word Innu? What that means to Congolese? You carrying the word Innu into the border of South Sudan and then to Democratic Republic of Congo. You will still insist to say Innu. What does Innu mean? Congolese will ask themselves, what does the word Innu mean? Keep Innu within South Sudan. The word Innu that you destroyed the South Sudan for, you are still carrying it through the border and go to the different country and say Innu. And then the man saying that is going to stop the war. South Sudanese are dying day and night. The man never do anything. Day and night. The man keeps saying that, okay, this is a declaration. When I hear this one, that's a declaration. Let me get done with this and then I'm gonna play it again.
And, by stopping war, you bring in the development.
Last month, he visited Burundi and Rwanda to try and calm tensions between the neighboring countries. The DRC government accuses Rwanda of backing the M23 rebels, an allegation that Rwanda has repeatedly denied. The Congolese president has welcomed the call for dialogue.
My wish is that one day all this comes to an end, so that our people find the happiness of living together as neighbors.
The East African Community deployed troops in eastern DRC in 2022 to help the Congolese army restore peace in the restive region. But the DRC government asked them to leave the country last year for failing to fight the M23 rebels. Troops from the Southern African Development Community have been deployed to replace the East African forces in North Kivu province.
So
The call by the president of South Sudan for a quick resolution to the conflict in the east of the DRC comes amid ongoing fighting in the eastern town of Sake. Tens of thousands of people have been forced to flee their homes in this conflict that has gone on for more than 3 years. Chris Ochamringa, CGTN, Kinshasa, Democratic Republic of Congo. President Salva Kiir discussed the escalating conflict.
When you see that man, just let me take him off. When you see the man, all right, just give me a second.
Democratic Republic of Congo counterpart Felix Tshisekedi, the leader.
All right, just give me a second. Let me. When you see Salva Kiir is talking about like what is going on in Congo, and the man gives their own people a green light here because this is a green light. There is a difference between red light and green light. This is a green.
نقردو نفسي بيجي دول بوليس ونشوف يدكم بيجي من وين اي زول البطردو بعدين انه يجري ياو بيجيني هنا ده so I have decided that انه اي شكل
when you give people that green light and then to fight themselves and you're still saying that you are going to the different country to solve their problem, who's going to understand you? Who's going to approve what you're talking about? Those are such of I don't even know. This man never even qualified to be a president of the country. The man qualified to build the electric within South Sudan. That's what the man did. And then the man cannot even go to the different country and then to advise the peaceful country. And then while the man cannot even do anything with, the man cannot even move, forget about saying stop the war. The man cannot even move within his own country. The main mission is going to Warab and then go to Bor twice. What about the rest of the country? How do you going to solve the problem without going to the rest of the state? Let Jor, I guess I'm done. She time there too. So I just so maybe Benjamin and then it would be great and then they in Puduri level of that. I know. I'm sorry about that. Chadung no did a my time until one on Bananeka for I know, but I already came out and whenever burn you know to call ladder baka balar without any condition murder de kapol kaje. I know. I'm sorry about that. I know. And then secondly, these two like Jahana ding be more 5 minutes. If we are friends, and then I will send it to you and then be better. Because I just don't use the regular one. After that, I know. Let me try to send you the link, and then you can have your 5 minutes. Sorry, Mr. Ledger, I believe that we are not even friends. Chaji system. Sorry about that. First of all, I will have this announcement. Maya kama ramina nchia kama. So, again, nani ba manage rama biara wala ramadong. Anon mani ba Chabara to take a bereding Mabadas, General Chalka praying parading Mabadas, Kaumana Praska, Kakush Christian Development Foundation, again, can corner to calling which a dear Yalka parading. Genba non-profit organization, Madwa Orphan, Idil Gora, Meduno Gualimba Latin, Kachungam Balanija, and then Balarka May 25, Kauma, Nebraska. May 25, Kauma, Nebraska, 2024, Batu Kata Bucket, PM. And then both 2 a.m. Kanal Lutheran Church. Ramangash Naz Lutheran Church. So Jan Guadan and Gutin. Again in an evaporating a mobile lengthin Kakui or Pony. So the more we work on Nas Lutheran Church, take a dear Yalka 42nd Street, Omaha, Nebraska. So the zip code is 68111. Be the more demanda the moon, Mashal moon, Ramangaj moon wall, and then the moon wall be a which all. So, phone number, F402 301 1375. Ramo Biachol, Kajan Dung Perez, Namo, Kakui or Pani, Perez in Anibalekan. The same is the number in India here, F402 301 1375. So, a number more, a number more. Che demandana Galwa, Garignon, phone number F402 S686 S74 S37. So, Ramkel, maybe a contact and more, demandan, Nachian Quack. Phone number F402 301 0935. The contact Ramaba, Mataka Ramaguri, and you come more information about that parading. The post person, Emery Nyadwer, Mary Nyadwer job. So phone number F402 885 1100. So nature dialogue because contact ko ni lar can edung ganti toret ke or pani ko kwa ka support ka chawina ni ka Ethiopia. Please damar ka nyimar Chaju welcome again. Kajan pare dingamo enu kachanka jandang rew with the DH kapai DHN deri support do deri jawa subke kamu wi you would and then chawl ran ba tana kami yala kasha ano jang communicate $20 ku ka kasha minuno ne dang one koni yachal bia yuwa biro yu jika ke jan gwa na ne pe kin no bi ko da take li yaga ni kundial bye bye
Ana nuar guar nuar kamar nuar kacha ko ana nuar ba kan baliu ala nuar kan we guar na ma we de yu na ma ni ne job te kon ti le wur kwan joy de tama wur kwan we ro a wur we do kan we guar na ma mun guar na we na ma Kari kwa doni sile wur kwan jore re tama wur kwan wero ha wur wedo madali ya wero ha wur wedo mama me garo ha wero ha wur wedo jin mi jale yam ga mor wero ha wur wedo mama me garo ha wero ye ha wur wedo jin mama ge ya mor en gur wero Our way do me, you know, a coin war, water, a dabium gun more war. Riam a work of ping a fire. Jim Malabin war, a coin war, water, a dabium gun more war. Riam a work of ping a fire. You can't water, you can in water. Kai Jagarbu. This. Leave me, it got it. Can you call water? You can in water. Yawa male. Yawa kwar male. Doctor male. Ne jike male. Tanya go nyang male jo. Mal magwa. Ane jike male magwa. Anji male jo. Batol cheng male. Ane jike male. Nya Tommy the male yo, mal magwa. Yawa male.
Jal nyala wan wer ni yagonda diang wandi wala dinira franco tayo wala jali diagi aganor ne gawo wala jali diagi aganor ya wan yum damo minatugi ultan tijega dekegin inya agin wale dwat jijira goko gawi kingode jali diagi nor no tiwi kisiri wala jali diagi diagang nor ya wan yum bao minatugi ultan tijega dekegin inya ejal pa jal nyara wan wer ni yagonda diang wandi wala dinira goko tayo agi jali Karange, gate gamela de wanya boye. Karange, gate gamela de wanya nenge. Karange, gate gamela de wanya nenge. Karange, iyo karange, 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 iyo karange, iyo karange. Takaraling maman, madat labanya di jimar. Takaraling maman, madat labanya di jimar. Orang lagi ke queen, orang lagi ke dor.
pale jangam tu rebel tu kon mi jangre pakai kau yo mole baka de pure wale de korbel ya pale jangam tu rebel tu kon mi jangre pakai kau yo mole dele me lelo dele me lelo dele me lengua dele me leni ramone yo pur ya tekno de la dor ya tekno de yo pur ya tekno de la dor ya tekno me yangwar jangaglo wangwar wi bur jare loka me yangwar jangaglo wangwar wi bur jare loka ramone yo pur ya tekno de la dor ya tekno de yo pur
Banda kumanwa wala nyar madigu boro gubada wabien kuyeru le tumbia ba mi de jangdo kumai joban wan jolje kumbega ye chori ya keban mu ban banda mega ye chori ya keban mu ban banda mega ye chori ya keban mu ban banda mega ye chori ya keban mu ban doinda ye chori ya keban mu ban banda ye chori ya ko agarwanda la kiyaping agar maro unini ba jira me balone banana begu unini we walam do yiro guru yuru la boba gambir agarwanda la kiyaping agar maro unini ba jira me balone banana begu unini we walam do yiro guru yuru la boba gambir won Wondai agara yena kuludam kulelu bagalo ilangi bukyam wondai jedigi lanjari yigi go rumbega nyarja kurwai abonu boy agama tama tegi jadi adega bana kumma kondo kumma nyana agara yake bira ganyal unjala ngare rabbi ogai choro bai nali rumbe kaba kami ogayo ngoda konwele baya bukya loi ria kayu loi pya kayu na gide kayu bugi rumbenda ya ngao jinu baman pera dangnya unjala kare raping
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This is King John from Ramaran Health News and Analysis. I would like to exit and then we could take care of the Friday. It was Saturday. It means that even Friday, I have to stick on my program. I have to talk. I will need to go forward. The leader is saying strong bina jalpin bina wara bina duntin kai still to the damage no kwela ka ayu ano milu I will declare and take a freedom of movement within in ano milu I will ma bishak guyezol ma be gule kelmaka ano freedom of movement in an that's whereby and then work here and then my would be okay they do not even have a description so they describe it ano but you welcome us I will more peaceful party movement I will freedom IU movement Biba freedom everybody from IU Biba freedom Kawul country Dorichalke South Sudan Kawubia Biba be just support freedom to demand anadol kon freedom to governor of Malakal state freedom to dina shagur me shi barar yana biju low country katila mo wagra idea any ran take a right malare na to ka South Sudan ano medan be wo ka yubanga no chalara ma chala wa Africa take right ba no de ga play mene ra yero che dinai ka der mi yal ka governor forum medan ra che tin malar ka je no is worth more than na ga da ne ya na ba no chap ko ni do gan chama ka tabani na ka wo mai ka chiendu ramanga je no ga la te de buri dang re ka dio ano Miluno struggle would have conquered a good. I know. But we have to back up each an individual door in South Sudan, Malana right way. South Sudan can go forward to a peaceful country. Country Madalgana, Dalga, and government here, net printer paper. Government is going to beg, quite or beg, and use a goddamn paper, they could go free now. Is that a government model and then there are no board yet. There is the answer is hell no. I know. Contra the alumni ever play in a Gorka time in the Gola. And our country is begging in our computer. A day paper the corner quarter opposite. And then Bakul William nigga why and use. And then buying way Bakul got free. So the money is going somewhere else. But what in Bear and Governor Kier, and where the money are going to. So Jan Guama, be a ticket, Guanikundial, Ka Bana Batemal, Bana Legisk, next Friday, by any means. Thank you. God bless you, Ramakin, Berayan Wale. Then leave no Friday, Tongue one kind of thing. We will play them. But let us talk engine doing election. Young Birana can like video. Con January election will never even go anywhere. No. They have one election, the beginning include many election while and wait the land printing paper. Quite all conducted election pointed. Madalka oppose no take a tap the print cut Jeremy Yalke oppose. And then Bekakula was is that a country is ready for election? The answer is no. I know. In by itself, which is madam, as they are capable in Obako. This country, there would be no election. Don't even put it in your mind. Me bana ngaine je bana loika is square one. Bana ngama governor ya Kamala is square one. We will go bana winner ide. Ano ko kuma kiernan edi matakirtin. Bana loina is square one with the loan je ke manaje. But let us prepare ourselves is square one and what can we do is square one. Ano. Depending on any corner larga je no you be one area ma justin. Gay animal, why would you come yam gay and you know, surely should do one area of my chest. Yama do be a carnia like General. And a good another area of my church, Queen on Yaman, while I'm going to do Najan Giron and Beata. And come we order Yaman, it's going to be up to you. Come Dungo, Saka Yaman, Jenny Young and a Dirami Yalka, a former mayor of Dirami Yalka Central Equatoria. Min dung dar yalke hajere dung tori ano so yama nje o ye yama la rami yore yama dene yore ke yama rami mi so no ni yang ne that's the only reason the reason me yang na ran ano but because the man is smart enough so that's where by Jenny again ya kutemal gani kundial ka ba lo bi video ndiko thank you. Bye-bye.